And then I think I'm going to go here. And then probably here, because that actually feels like a really them pick.
Okay, am I cutting out as much now?
No, you're good.
Okay, I did thought so.
Who do they want?
The pick is officially in.
Yeah.
What do you have there? Because I don't have anything.
Like what did I see?
No, what's in your mug?
Oh, my mug. I thought you were sorry. I have Yingling.
Gross. Okay. I'm
You
so sorry I
gross
asked
you.
about it. My
Your
bad.
ass does not get to talk when you're with what you're drinking, I'm sure.
It's water, so I think I'm gonna take the high ground.
That's worse.
I don't know. I don't know.
Steelers. Who the hell do the Steelers want? I don't know. Darnell Wright, is that too high? 17? I guess not. Feels good. I'm gonna go Darnell Wright. Lions. Lions pick number 2. Let's see. I have them taking Devin Witherspoon in the first pick, so they got a corner. Now we're gonna go. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. Who do they got them taking? Kincaid. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay, they're officially walking out now.
On your stream?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine just said here's go to Roger Goodell. And he's talking. Hold on. Still walking. It's a long walk. And he's talking.
Okay.
Now.
Boring, but it's out of the way, which is great because then it's gonna
Yeah,
heat up
well,
right after this.
you knew that was going to happen. So my mock draft, my next pick is Will Anderson.
Okay, well I'll say because you said originally I had it spoiled for me, I thought there was going to be something more interesting.
No, but no, I literally said when I went to go grab the beers, I was like, and the Carolina Panthers take Bryce Young, and then I came back and saw that they actually took him, and I was like, oh, look at me. So my second pick that I have taken is Will Anderson by the Texans.
Okay.
Because I don't think they need to go quarterback. I don't think they want a quarterback. Let's put it that way.
All right, that's interesting. I would swear that he'd be more at 3.
And then you really want to spice things up. If they actually do take Will Anderson, like I predict, I have a trade at 3 from the Titans.
And they're for a quarterback?
Oh, yeah, they're coming up to get Anthony Richardson, baby. Who did the Lions take in the second round? Who do they need? I guess their tight end room is crappy, so maybe Michael Mayer. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go Michael Mayer.
Eagles and Cardinals settled a tampering investigation today, where they basically traded picks to like settle it. I've never heard of that before. That's whatever.
Interesting.
Do you want to hear more interesting things?
Do you want to hear what my Bears pick is? I don't know. It's going to be kind of boring, and I'm sure.
Paris Johnson.
No.
Did you already tell me earlier?
No.
Tyree Wilson?
No. He's gone. Tyree Wilson's taken at 8.
He's boring. Okay. No, what is it?
Peter Skoronski.
Oh, that's okay. Actually, that is who I meant. I got them confused in my head. Who am I thinking that Paris Johnson is?
Well, Paris Johnson's left tackle from Ohio State. He's like the number 1 left tackle in the draft.
Oh, okay.
But I think, Skoronski's his little baby arms that everybody always complains about. I think honestly, he could probably slot in pretty well at right tackle. So that's where I put him.
Okay.
Who do the Bucks take now? The Bucks are terrible. It's a tackle.
But more importantly, who do you have the Texans taken?
Oh, I told you I got Will Anderson. So far in the first round, I got Will Anderson and Jackson Smith and Jibba for the Texans. Okay. That's their 2 picks. I feel quite good about. I still haven't had Bijan go, and I'm at pick number 19. Although the Eagles at 10 was really enticing.
That would be really kind of nuts.
Well, to be honest, it's one of those where they just lost Miles Sanders. They like to run the ball, and can you imagine the Eagles with Bijan Robinson and Jalen Hurts on the backfield?
Oh, there's a lot of people I could say that about, though.
I know. Well, honestly, if we there's a part of me, as evil as it is, there's a part of me deep down where if the Bears announced at 9 they took Bijan Robinson, I would be happy. There's a part of me. Not that I'm saying that I would. That's my pick, but there's a part of me that would be like, I like that. All right, Buccaneers. Who the Buccaneers taking? I don't really know. I don't know who the Buccaneers are taking.
Oh, the
Tight
picks.
end.
Okay, the pick is in for the Texans. Okay, all right. I think I'm set
Yeah.
up. I think I'm good. I can actually hear audio for the draft now, so I think we're
Cool.
fine.
Cool. 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 If anybody else wants to join us too, they can. I don't mind. We're just chilling. I tried to get Craig too, but he's unavailable. So,
Of
who did the
course.
Buccaneers take? I don't know. I don't know who they need. By the way, I had Will Levis dropping, and he was available at 16 to Washington, and I went, that is a Washington pick through and through. So, like, that is just the most Washington pick of Washington picks. So I was like, yep.
Okay. Okay.
I also might sneak Heaton Hooker in there at the end of the first round. So we'll see.
My biggest question is who dat?
Heaton Hooker, he's the quarterback at Tennessee when Tennessee was like top 5 in the nation this year, and
Oh, okay.
then he like, I think, what did he have, an injury? He tore his ACL or something. I don't know, something like that. He had a big injury. He's the one that's 25 years old right now.
Oh, an older
Him
guy.
and him and Stetson Bennett are basically the same age, which is wild. But it's also one of those where I think the Seahawks have a pick at the end of the round. No, they don't.
Seahawks, I thought are around like 10, right? Or there were.
Yeah.
I need to get. I
Oh
should
no,
have the
they do have
board
a
up
pick
on
at
the
20.
side.
They have a pick at 20 coming. That definitely could be a Hayden Hooker spot. God, I just really don't know what to do with the Bucks here. There's no tackle available. There's no quarterback available. Offensive line, tight end. I took the 2 tight ends. They're gone. This could be just like, man, I don't know. I don't know who I want here. I go boring. Go Brian Branch, the safety. That feels like a Buccaneers pick. A very boring board.
I don't know if they can really afford to be boring right now, though.
Yeah, but they don't have anything else. That's the problem.
I know, but they're gonna
God, I
get.
don't.
They're more likely to go wild and just like
I
do something stupid.
what is wild? Do you think? Oh, okay. Is Bijan Robinson wild enough? Does that?
Yeah, to replace like Leonard Fournette and then just like go. Yeah, I mean, in their eyes, kind of. Yeah,
That
that'd
could
be kind of
be. Could
nuts.
be. Because I don't know another team really that would take a running back coming up.
Do you want to explain the thought process we're waiting for the Texans of the Falcons saying like fuck it, let's just go for Bijan Robinson after drafting God, what's his face, the tight end yesterday or last year? Because I thought that was
Okay.
nuts, and then people were talking about like that was normal, and like yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I could see them slotting into the offense. Like what?
Well, the reason
Okay,
why is
Roger's
because
watching up now.
the thought is he really?
Hold on,
I
we got
think
the pick.
this is Will Anderson, right? This has got to be Will Anderson. I'm not looking at Twitter or anything, so I'm not spoiling it for myself. But I'm gonna say
I'm
Will
not gonna
Anderson.
spoil it for you, but I just saw it.
Number 2 is it C.J. Stroud? Yep. There it is. Damn it. I was like,
Wow.
that was my other pick. Okay, so they went CJ Stroud. That's interesting. That throws off my pick. So
And it
now
just
the cart
destroyed your mock draft.
get ready for a fire sale at 3, baby. This is gonna be
You
Titans
think
are on the
so?
phone.
A fire sale?
Oh
I
yeah,
think that
dude.
that boosts the value of the pick. Like if they're looking for like Will Levis, Anthony Richardson,
Well, the
Will
reason why
Anderson, Jalen Carter, anyone.
but the reason why I say that is you either stay at 3 and get Will Anderson, or you trade, get a first round pick next year down, and you trade most likely with the Titans, because right now teams are wanting to get in front of Indy, because Indy is where Anthony Richardson's going to go. If Indianapolis takes Will Levis and Anthony Richardson's there, I'm gonna call my dad, who's a Colts fan, and just cry for him.
Well,
Um,
you might have to have him on speed dial at this point,
God,
just in case.
because
That's
Indianapolis
very
would be.
interesting.
Anthony
Oh,
Richardson is the next domino that's going to be crazy, because if Arizona stays to their guns and gets a quarterback at 3, Anthony Richardson doesn't go at 4. Oh my boy, we're going to have it's going to be weird.
I mean, this is already. I wasn't like I didn't think that they were actually gonna do that.
Man, I had Anthony Richardson or Will Anderson going there. That's crazy. Are you getting a beer at any point or no?
Yeah, yeah, and it probably was gonna
Okay.
run right now.
I was going to say, because we could do my whole drinking thing again, where we drink the pick that I got right. This year's
Okay.
not going to be. This year's not going to go well for me. I don't think. Also, by the way, I'm giving the Bucks Bijan Robinson. I can't do it. Also, for the guard and center they need. Who could slot in there? Who could guard? Osiris Turns, guard. Boom. Seahawks boring pick. Dolphins forfeit your pick. You're a bunch of morons. Chargers. Who do the Chargers want? They need wide receiver. Do I go Jordan Addison or do I go Quentin Johnson, Mr.
Quentin
Stonehands
Johnson.
himself? Oh, you know who I'm gonna go?
What? Who?
Oh, Zay Flowers. I'm gonna go Zay Flowers.
That is
That's our
so
boy.
interesting. I am
I like
actually.
Ravens need a wide receiver, but they just signed Odell. Probably not. I'm gonna go boring defense because they always go boring defense. Lucas Van Ness.
They signed the boring
Vikings.
off the ball linebacker. Just
Vikings
kidding.
need an interior defensive line, and I really, really, really cannot stress this enough that if they take this guy, I like. Hold on, I need to check something real quick, and then I'll make the pick. Who do they have? Vikings. Oh, they have the Vikings. That's an interesting one. I could see that.
I feel like I want to grab the draft order, the first like 10 teams.
All right, Vikings. I think I'm gonna go. Oh man, who do the Vikings need? They always draft corner because they always need corner. It says they need wide receiver. I mean they lost Adam Thielen, but I guess they got Justin Jefferson, so I don't really think that's that big. Interior defensive line is where I think I'm gonna go, and I'm really sad because it's like one of my favorite players, and I'm gonna hate to see him go to the Vikings. But I'm gonna go Kalijah Cansey. That hurts my soul because I love Kalijah Cansey.
I wish I could say I knew exactly who that man was, but he has a really
He's
cool name.
he's the guy from the University of Pittsburgh, 6'1", 280 pounds, defensive tackle, and oddly enough has the exact same measurables as Aaron Donald.
There
And
we
he
go.
came from the same school as Aaron Donald, same size, same weight, same. He actually, Aaron Donald had the record for defensive tackles. Well, guess who broke that by 0.01 seconds? Elijah Cansey.
Whoa, 0.01.
That's what I'm saying. They're literally like clones of each other. Not saying that he's going to be, but I'm just saying if anybody's going to be, it's literally his clone from the same university. like, like I don't know how much more clear I can get that. Jaguars. Jaguars. What do they take? There's so many good corners left available, but they don't need a corner, so like
Do
I
they
don't
need a
know.
tight end? Or who's their tight end?
My tight ends are gone. The two types of tight ends. I went tight end to the Packers, Dalton Kincaid, and then the other tight end went to the Lions because both of them have absolutely no tight ends available or in their tight end rooms.
Who's the Jaguars tight end though? Just out of
Jaguars tight
complete
end.
ignorance. Yeah.
They got what's that guy who came from the Giants? He's like injured most of the time, but when he's out there, he's good.
Hawkinson?
No, he went to the Vikings.
That's right. That's right.
God, I can't think of his name. He was a Giant before.
Yeah, I think I could. I'm just
I
looking.
can picture him.
Evan
He's a
Ingram.
smaller
I
tight
knew
end.
I had it. I knew it was
There
an
you go.
E. It was an E something.
Okay, Jags. I actually do feel like they could go center here, and I think John Michael Schmidt would make the most sense there. Um,
Oh, thanks.
Giants
Okay,
wide
now I can
receiver
participate.
center. All right, Giants. I'm gonna go Jordan Addison. They get a wide receiver finally. Cowboys. Oh my God. What have I done, Dylan? Why did I draft Bijan at 19? Why did I not think 26 for the Cowboys would be the perfect pick? Like why? What have I done? What have I done to myself?
I can honestly tell you that I think some team is going to reach higher than the Cowboys to let them get them all the way down there.
Yeah, that's true. Who do the Cowboys even want? I don't know.
Let's see.
Tight end? Do they need? Well, they need interior defensive line, is what that's saying. Linebacker.
Didn't their corners get kind of beat up?
There's really no interior defensive lineman. What?
Didn't their corners get beat up though?
Ooh, they could go corner. I do like Joey Porter Jr. right here. Let's go with that. Yeah,
They need someone to
that's a nice
support
pick.
the guy who always gets interceptions but also bites really hard.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite picks right here, by the way, that I'm gonna pick, and it's the Bills, the Buffalo Bills take Jack Campbell, 6'5" middle linebacker, to replace their 6'5" middle linebacker. The Bengals need a tight end is an interesting one, and I feel like I could throw them Darnell Washington and feel really good about that. They need DB, so I feel like this could be a Branch moment right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Branch. Brian Branch, Alabama, defensive safety. Pick is in for the Texans. No trade yet, unless it's. We'll see.
Wait, what? What?
Texans. It says Texans pick. Wait, Texans?
Yeah, it says Texans pick is in. Wait, what?
Wait.
Wait, what? What happened? Wait. At number 3, the Arizona Cardinals are trading with the Texans.
They're going to
What
get
the
Will Anderson.
fuck?
The Texans are going to walk away from this draft with Will Anderson and frickin' CJ Stroud is nuts.
That what? When's the
Well,
last
they
time
have
you've seen 2 back-to-back picks at 2 and 3?
That's nuts. I don't think that's ever been done, to be honest.
That is wild. Okay, come out,
I'm not even done
Commissioner.
with my mock draft. Stop taking
I
players.
looked at the color and I was like, no, that makes sense. I saw blue and I saw red, and I saw blue. Okay, the pick is in. We are listening to it.
Who did the Saints get? I don't know who the Saints got. Brian Breeze? That sounds good. Yeah, we'll go Brian Breeze, actually.
We need to sync
Eagles.
up streams.
Eagles. They need a guard. They need center. They need safety.
How far behind are you?
With the third pick, 28th NFL draft, the Houston Texans select Will Anderson. No shit.
So you weren't even surprised at that? Okay.
No, because I had I had them at 2. Why would if I didn't think he didn't go at 2 and then suddenly they trade up? What do you think was going to happen?
Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but your mock draft is not gospel. It's possible there's different opinions. It wasn't just oh yeah, no, I had him there. Duh, of course it was coming up next.
I had the Texans going bold and not taking a quarterback and just staying at 2 and taking Will Anderson. And then they suddenly trade back up to 3 after getting CJ Stroud. Who do you think they're coming up to get? Anthony Richardson?
But where did they trade from?
They traded from 12.
Oh, from 12? Oh boy, I really want to see what the compensation was for that.
Well, they have extra picks. I'm pretty sure they got another first-round pick next year.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure.
Because the Browns pick.
The Watson picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they said a lot, but wow.
I'm finishing up my draft, by the way. I have the Eagles and the Chiefs. The Eagles, I am really torn. I don't know who I'm going to give them because there's some good corners left. But I also don't know if they would just go corner.
So does this count as correct because it was at number 3?
They lost.
Dylan.
You know, I didn't give them. I'm going to go Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm going to be crazy. What?
Does it count as you being correct because he was still drafted at 3, even though it was a different team?
I don't know because they took him, but it wasn't the right position. So I don't know what the ruling is on that. Do we drink 2.5 seconds because I was close?
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that still
fair.
counts.
I finished out my draft and I gave Quentin Johnson to the Chiefs at 31.
Fuck you.
That feels criminal, but it's true. I also went wild and I gave the Chiefs Jahmyr Gibbs.
They
because
don't
Jahmyr
need
Gibbs,
that.
or not the Chiefs, the Eagles. I gave them Jahmyr Gibbs because they lost Miles Sanders, and I almost gave them Bijan earlier. And so then I was like, you know what? At the end of they got their second pick at the end of the first round. They took who I give Nolan. I gave them Nolan Smith, by the way, linebacker who could play potentially like a 4-3 linebacker.
Okay. Listen
so
to
I
this,
gave
though. The Cardinals get 12 to 33, a first in 2024, and a third in 2024. The Texans got the third and the 105.
That's not bad at all.
Well, they gave up another first, but I mean, like, yeah, that
yeah,
makes
but they
sense.
had it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. But the thing there is like they had the extra first, and what do you normally trade your first round picks for? A quarterback. Well, they already got the quarterback. Now they go and get their transcendent player on defense. Dude, the Texans are winning this draft already.
Oh, come on. There were so many people who were so convinced. They were like, Davis Mills is definitely going to be trotted out there next year. Like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know who thought that was the case. Davis Mills is going to get traded. He's either going to stay the backup just because they're worried about Bryce Young, or he's going to just get traded, and he's going to get traded to, like, I don't know. By the way, I got the Colts taking CJ Stroud here, which means that the Colts are if they don't take Anthony Richardson, I don't know what the hell the Colts are doing. Like, if they take Will Levis, I'm just going to be so disappointed. I'm just going to be so upset. I just can't.
You really, really want them to take him, huh? Right here?
I just, like, you need a quarterback, dude. Like,
man, now my graphic that I stole I mean, credited is already out of date because they traded. I need some up to date draft orders. Quick, quick, cast a spell.
The pick is in. I swear to God, if they don't take anything at Richardson, I'm throwing this jersey across the room. It doesn't.
Wait, hold on. I need to found a way to update the picture really quickly. Oh, actually, I can make this look dumb or really good. I'm gonna do dumb. No, I'm gonna do good.
I'm gonna do good.
See, look at that.
Look at that, beautiful, dude. I don't remember in recent history top 5 team picking twice.
It's updated already.
Actually, no, I'm wrong. You know who picked twice in the top 5 recently?
Who?
It would have been the Browns because they took Miles. Who'd they take?
Garrett and
it was the corner from the Denzel Ward.
Oh,
was it Garrett and Ward? Was that the year?
Or did they take? That was the same year.
Was that Baker and Ward?
It might have been that. I think Garrett was on his own.
Because they picked it like 1 and 4. This is great. I'm wearing my Colts blanket. That's what it looks like.
Blanket.
Right now. I don't know. I could have just taken the headphones off, but this is funnier. This is a lot funnier.
Looks like you did live action Photoshop on yourself.
Yeah.
You just have it right there.
It is live action Photoshop, legit.
Look at that draft. Look at that draft board ever. Oh my God.
I swear to God, Colts.
Look at Jim Ursa. He's on his first bump already. Second one comes in when they announce the pick.
Why is RG3 on this?
Yikes. I haven't seen him yet.
He's with Nick Saban. Alright, it's going to move about Will Anderson. What do you think they're getting with Will Anderson? I don't know. Have you seen him? He's been like a god on the field for the last 2 years. Like,
I'm seeing so many.
What more do you want me to say?
They seem very convinced it's going to be Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, it better frickin' be.
I thought you said you wanted Will Levis. Is that joking?
No, I said I will throw this jersey across the room and cry.
Oh, so bad. I get it.
Will Levis, yeah.
Wait,
Will Levis should drop out of the top 10. He does not deserve to be a top 10 pick. But Anthony Richardson does. Here we go. Thank God. Jesus Christ.
I was just waiting for that.
Jesus.
Okay, you don't have to call or make anything bad at this point. How nice is that?
Where are the Bears, baby? The Bears. All right. Thank God. Oh, God. That was going to be a nightmare. I was going to be so upset. Good for them. Good for them. You can go back to your spot there, Jersey. They finally drafted a guy who's actually good.
Well, that's something to look forward to.
So my mock draft is a little off right now. What do I have right now? 5? Ooh, I got Jalen Carter going at 5.
5?
He's just a Seattle pick, though.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'd be totally fine with that. I really, really, really don't want him to be available for the Bears. I just don't want to.
If he's available, I'm just gonna be so conflicted. So that's why I'm just gonna sit there and I'm just gonna be like, I don't know.
Yep. I'm totally fine if you just don't have to deal with that at all.
This is why they should draft Anthony Richardson. Taller than larger vertical than Devontae Adams, taller than George Kittle, weighs more than Hassan Reddick, larger broad jump than Odell Beckham Jr., and he's faster than all 4 of them. Like,
yeah.
His only thing, I watched him in college. He reminded me a lot of like a very unpolished Justin Fields. Like, just watch his play and envision Justin Fields. Like, that throw right there was the one you saw against Clemson for Justin Fields.
Well, that's at least exciting for the Colts. You're not going to go with an old guy again.
Yeah, and then look at him go. Like, imagine Justin Fields. That's literally what I'm watching.
I don't know if he's fast.
Well, I don't think he's not as fast, and I don't think he's as what's the word I'm looking for? As polished as a thrower yet. That's his problem, like overthrow. He's just not as polished as a thrower. He just pumped faked that man's That man's life flashed before his eyes on that pump fake. Also, the Seahawks. I feel like this is either Jalen Carter or Tyree Wilson, and if it's not either one, I'll be shocked. I really, really like in my heart want Tyree Wilson to drop to us, but I think he's going to be gone before that. I also think 6 and 7 is corners. Devin Witherspoon, I think, is going to the Lions, which is really sad.
Okay, here, do me a favor, refresh your stream for the draft really quick, and then tell me what time you see. I want to know how close we get together.
Well, the problem is that I'm on like the what stream are you using?
Like the Xfinity stream, ESPN.
Oh no, I'm on like the I couldn't use that because it was saying my network isn't.
Oh, you're not at home, or they're also there's actually two. Did you see there's just like 3 different ones? Like
yeah,
the ESPN
right now.
one.
Yeah, but it's because of the TV service. So the one I'm using right now is the stream we use to watch the Bears.
Okay. I can look at that.
This one's running really smoothly and everything, so
no reason to mess with it.
I was to say, if you can switch over to this one, that would be good because then we'll both be in sync.
Wait, is it still? It's I didn't even realize that they were streaming it.
Right now, I'm at 335 for the Seahawks.
Okay, this is actually probably gonna be better quality than the one that I actually should be using, so that's fun.
Yeah, this one is pretty solid, honestly. This stream.
Are you using VLC?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yep. Now we're in sync. That's literally what I'm seeing.
Nice. Oh shit! I just closed it. Fuck.
Dude, his little brother looks like a twin of himself. Dude, Anthony Richardson in a Colts uniform is going to be so electric. They finally have a quarterback that's not some old white guy that can't throw. It's just like, now it's going to be so much fun. Dude, him and Jonathan Taylor in the backfield is going to be the scariest duo besides whoever gets Bijan Robinson. Like, whoever team ends up getting Bijan Robinson is going to be wild. Also, do you think Trey Lance gets traded tonight? So the Seahawks, so the 49ers can get in the first round?
I don't know.
Is he worth the first round?
No, no. Okay, first of all, no way. No way. Think he would get them into their first round?
The problem is that teams just get so desperate with quarterbacks. I mean, we just saw that with, with where we're drafting. I mean, you're looking at 3 quarterbacks already in the top 4.
Yeah.
So quarterbacks, Will Levis now is dropping, which is funny because now he shouldn't be in the top 10 in my opinion. Although I could see the Titans getting cold feet and drafting him. Although they're getting like a literal Ryan Tannehill like replacement, who's just he's like Ryan Tannehill earlier in his career, which was like not a good Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, it was kind of wild how fast they just like went to selling the farm out and being done.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty quick.
All right, so that was really solid. I'm gonna text my dad actually.
He didn't text you already? I'm surprised. Be like, check this out.
Actually, I'm just gonna call him real quick. We're live. We're on commercial. I can just call him real quick.
I can't believe we're getting commercials with a minute left.
They always do that.
Come on. Seahawks, please take Jalen Carter. Anthony Richardson.
I'm gonna mute myself real quick when he picks up. Of course, he's not answering.
He's busy crying and celebrating.
Maybe. Pick us in. Please leave your message. He did not pick up, which is really exciting.
Hello?
Hey, where's Dad?
He's sleeping. He'll be up in about 10 minutes.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. You want me to call you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
I'll call you. All right.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Well, he's about to wake up.
He's sleeping.
Very nicely.
Sleeping.
Yeah, he's going to be excited. Okay, so what do you have here in the next pick then?
I think Jalen Carter. That's my next. That's my pick. He just feels like so they need defensive line help. They got Geno Smith. They signed him to a long term deal. There's not like if Anthony Richardson or somebody fell right here, I could see them going for him. Otherwise, like they could get Heaton Hooker if they like him later and have him sit for a year behind Geno.
Yeah.
Because really they're primed for like a quarterback to sit behind Geno for a year. But they also have Geno technically for 2 years. And then the third year is like they can opt out.
Yeah.
So I do think that next year would make sense for them to get a quarterback because then he would just sit for a year and then take over for Geno.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't
think
know.
that'd be kind of wild if they still took like another quarterback.
Next year, I could see them taking a quarterback really easily. This year, because really they like I said they have the ability to take like a project. Like if Anthony Richardson fell to 5, I could see them taking him at 5, and then being like you're going to sit behind Geno for a year or two, and they'd be
Yeah.
fine with that. Because the Geno contract is like a lot of flexibility for them basically to opt out after 2 years.
But they're not going to be that. That's the thing is they're not going to be as high as Denver's pick was next year. At least I don't think so.
Yeah. So, but then the quarterback didn't fall this year, so it's one of those where I'm just like I don't know. So I think this could be Jalen Carter, although I also could think it could be Tyree Wilson.
Please be Jalen Carter and just eliminate that.
It's going to be Tyree Wilson, I bet you. Wow, they went corner.
That's not okay. I felt like that was high. Where did you have him at?
I had him next to the Lions.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So it wasn't.
But the Lions just
off.
got rid of. I mean, Okuda was.
Yeah, they just got rid of
Okuda. But still.
So now my pick for the Lions. So I had Devin Witherspoon going to Detroit. This is really good for us, by the way, because if Jalen Carter drops,
he's the Raiders, right? He has to be the Raiders now.
It would be. I want Tyree Wilson to be available for us. That's what I want. Like ideally. Devin Witherspoon. I love Devin Witherspoon. Dude was so good in college.
And he's from Illinois, even though, went there for a couple of years.
He was my favorite corner. He's such a Seahawks pick. He's such like a hard-nosed, like, dude, you should go see, if you see some of the hits he laid on people, oh my God. There were some guys, if they show the highlights, there were some guys in college that he'd hit him and it was just like, oh my Lord, that dude just got knocked out.
0-star recruit, and then he get like in 2019. That's nuts.
Yeah.
What to a number 5 pick. That's crazy.
Yeah. Here comes the run on corners. So now Detroit, I think, goes Christian Gonzalez, who was my next pick so I had Jalen Carter here, and then I had Detroit taking Devin Witherspoon, and then I had Christian Gonzalez, the corner out of Oregon, to the Vegas Raiders. So now I'm thinking that the Detroit goes. But you know what?
Detroit goes to Jalen Carter and doubles down with Aiden Hutchinson and Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter 6 and 7 is such a Jalen Carter pick. Like if you told me the Lions or the Raiders pick Jalen Carter, I'd be like, well, duh. The Raiders love them some driving accidents, and then Detroit.
You're right. They definitely can't take him because that'd be too much, right? Sure.
Really terrible. I'm really sorry, but
like they definitely won't. I totally forgot about that part. Like
look at that. Did you see that hit?
Yeah.
That was nuts. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. He's just great. That's awesome. Lions, I think go Christian Gonzalez though. I think that's the pick. I also could see them going Tyree Wilson. He's got to go somewhere in this range. I just hope he falls. I just keep saying it because I'm hoping that he's not. Do I get adjacent picks or do I get just the pick?
What do you mean adjacent? Like one or
so I had Devin Witherspoon going next, like right now.
Yeah, so that's close enough. I feel like you have to have some round of error. So
okay, so we'll go. Yeah, so and then drink like what, half or a third? Okay, 3 seconds. Cool.
Let's focus in on this clearly emotionally not devastated, but super emotional woman who's like, here, say something.
Also, Loki, I don't know who's in the back. I don't know who's in the back there in the middle, but she is hot.
She's extremely tall.
Yeah, she is. That's awesome. That's even better. I listen, dude. I'm like average sized adult, so I need to tell a woman to have children that will get height from somewhere.
So I guess the reporter actually has to be. No, she actually has to be pretty tall because I'm guessing the guy behind him is. Yeah, they're all pretty tall. Where is this setup? This is in Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
But like,
it's
what
in Kansas City.
inside hall do they have?
Kansas City getting any wide receiver in this draft is nasty, depending on who it is. Like if they get Quentin Johnson, insane. They get Zay Flowers, dude. Zay Flowers is like a slightly smaller Antonio Brown coming out of college, where he's like incredible route running and great catch ability. And then you got Jackson Smith and Jibba, who he's not going to be there, but because he's going to go top 20, in my opinion. But who else would be there? Jordan Addison, if he falls, that'd be a nice pick for them. Really, any wide receiver to them would just be nuts. Like, they wouldn't be fair.
I mean, the thing is that they obviously didn't even need a bunch of wide receivers. So that's what's even crazier about it.
Also, by the way,
won the Super Bowl without him.
Yeah. Also, by the way, my paper that I wrote on Sunday. So my final came in for my one class, and I got to be in that class.
Nice.
And then my other class, my online class, the test I'm really like nervous about, the final exam, but it's worth 160 points. The paper that I just turned in. Oh yeah, by the way, so this is the stupidest thing ever. Final exam, 160 points. It's 40 questions.
Whoa.
Yeah. 4 points a question.
Damn.
But I did just get a 97% on my my paper that I just turned in out of 200 points.
They graded it already?
Yeah, it was last Sunday. I turned it in.
Oh, okay.
I wrote it on Sunday and then turned it in, and I got a 97 on it, which was 194 out of 200 points.
Not bad.
So that boosted my grade to an 84% right now. And the only problem is the exam.
And when's that?
Technically anytime. It's due by Saturday night at midnight. So what I'm thinking is Saturday I'll wake up, study, prep, and take it, or even do it tomorrow night when I get home. So that way I don't have to for the weekend. But it's the only thing I have left this weekend to do.
Huh. Not bad. I gotta get up
right
earlier
now,
tomorrow, so I'm probably... How long does a draft normally go to for the first round?
Like 2-3 hours. It's usually like the length of a football game, basically. Like it usually ends like 10:30.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So not super late, but
yeah.
you know. I don't have work tomorrow, and it's an easy day tomorrow, so I'm not worried.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then the other thing too is for my test, I just need basically like a 60% to get a B in the class.
I think you pull that one.
You would think that, but my quiz grades, which the quizzes were like hard, she told us. She was like, "Oh, the quizzes are hard." She told us at the beginning of the class because she didn't make them. The professor didn't.
Yeah.
The quiz grades that I've gotten so far are 60, 70, 80%, and 40%. So,
sure that wasn't a typo?
No, absolutely not. It was a 40%. So.
Oh. I'm sure you're seeing the same thing, but the Cardinals have traded up to number 6.
Who do they
screwed
want?
Up my graphic again. Once again.
Do they want Jalen Carter? Would they do that?
Good.
I'm so confused. I don't know what the Cardinals want. Tyree Wilson again?
I don't know. They're losing it.
I'm losing it. I don't know who they want. Who do you want?
Okay, so they're at 6.
I didn't have this in my mock. Like, I don't know what they want. Like, what are they trading up for? Tackle? That's too high.
Okay, well, Dylan, first of all, remember who's drafting. It's not necessarily guaranteed. Okay, I fixed the graphic. It's there. It's perfect. All right, here we go. Oh, is it? Do you think so?
I don't know. Jalen Carter or Tyree Wilson? Parasite, but that's high for a tackle. Why? I'm so confused.
You talked over Goodell. I didn't even hear him until you said it. Oh, wow.
I just don't.
Doesn't it? Oh wait, doesn't I saw this earlier? I saw this earlier in the week on Reddit that was the first pick that they actually took that Kyler was like advocating for.
Yeah,
I think every other year he didn't. They didn't draft him. Wow.
dude. If Vegas or Atlanta take Peter Skoronsky, I don't know what we're gonna do. I have no
Oh my
idea.
god, you made my heart jump because I forgot how close we actually are. I forgot we're just off
Dude,
the screen.
that's what I'm saying. We're there's 2 picks ahead of us right now, Dylan.
Oh no! Now it's getting serious. Who's Deontay Banks?
How far is Jalen Carter gonna fall now? Deontay Banks is a corner. I think of Maryland, right?
Do you have him going to Vegas?
Oh no, I actually don't have him in the first round. I have no, Christian Gonzalez is who I have going to the Vegas. So actually this I could still be right here. I have Christian Gonzalez going to Vegas.
Smashing Thumbkins has Deontay
Dude.
Banks going to the Bears.
No, I wouldn't
You
like
disagree?
I don't want that. No, I don't want that. No, I'm good.
Paris Johnson Jr. Okay. Oh, Paris Johnson Jr. Oh, that's who we thought the Bears were going to take. We were going to take Paris Johnson Jr. Okay.
Well, I had us taking Peter Skoronsky still in my mock. Because I had Paris. Who did I have him going to? I had him going. Where did I have him going? Oh wow. Oh, I had him going down to the Jets at 15. That seems low. that was low for me.
Detroit gets number
there.
12 and 34.
Okay. That seems low for Detroit.
That is not as much as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I would have thought a late round pick at least in this round or the next round too.
Thanks, I hate it.
This is making the Bears trade look a lot nicer. These trades.
God, I knew I was so right to be happy and losing my mind when the Texans won that game. So much of a big difference. Can you imagine?
Dylan, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Las Vegas, Joey Porter or Christian Gonzalez?
Yeah, I think Christian Gonzalez. That's my pick. So. I'm scared.
See, this is how I feel. We get inundated with mock drafts for months, and tonight just shows how useless they are. That's how I feel. There's no point because this shit blows up immediately.
Yeah, that's why I did 1 mock draft this year, and it was right before the draft, so that way we could just here's my last opinion on who I think is going to get drafted, and we'll see.
Yeah.
This year, I also don't have really good idea. I felt like Tyree Wilson was going to go pretty high. If he's available at 9 and the Bears take him, I'd be so happy.
Do the Raiders take him?
No, I don't think the Raiders need him. They have edge rusher with Max Crosby, and then they have they paid what's his face on the other side. God, what's his name? They paid from the Cardinals, Chandler Jones.
Oh
Chandler
yeah,
Johnson, whatever his name is.
right.
Yeah, so he's there. So they have edge, unless they think that he would slot inside. I don't know what scheme they have though. What scheme do the Raiders run? Google it. Are they 4-3 or 3-4?
4-3, I guess.
Are they 4-3? Okay.
I guess. It's
So
one of those things where they're like they run a base 4-3, but then they run a lot of like 3-4 anyways. So I don't know. I think that stuff is so.
Like if they're a pure 3-4, so the way I would say it is Tyree Wilson is a great defensive end in a 3-4 scheme, which is what we have. I think if they think that he could be a defensive tackle in a 4-3 scheme, maybe. But I think he's more of a 3-4 edge rusher. So, or no, a 4-3 edge rusher. That's what I'm thinking. Wait. Yeah, no, sorry. There we go. I think he's a defensive end in a 3-4. He's a defensive tackle in a 4-3. So if they think he can play defensive tackle in a 4-3, like we can, like that's what I think we can. He'll be for us is be like our what's it called? What's our position that like we need desperately and why we're considering Jalen Carter?
Every one of them.
No, what's
defensive end.
I know. Yeah, no, it's defensive tackle, but it's like the it's like a specific name. It's like the
nose tackle.
No, it's the other one.
Nose tackle, defensive. Okay, 3 tack. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All of them. We need all the positions, honestly.
Nose tackle, they signed nose tackles already. They got Billings. They got guys that can eat up blocks. Billings is a perfect nose tackle. He can eat up blocks.
Yeah.
So really, this is Jalen Carter or Tyree Wilson's your 3-tech. And if they take Christian Gonzalez, one of those two guys is available. So picks in.
It's getting pretty intense now.
Yeah, because it's starting to get close to the Bears pick. Now, do the Bears trade out of it? That would be wild. Because then
They would have
because the
literally
question,
sold the top on all this stuff at this point. Like they sold the top of the hype and then boom.
Well, because now my thing goes, if they go Christian Gonzalez right here, you now have Tyree Wilson, Jalen Carter, Peter Skoronski. One of those, like all three of those guys could be available at 9, which then means that somebody might want to trade up for one of those 3.
Yeah.
So this is a really interesting pick right here. If the Raiders blow my mind and they pick like Jalen Carter or somebody, then I could, or maybe Miles Murphy sounds interesting here, but I think he'll fall a little bit. I think he's in the teens. No, because they don't need defensive end. I don't know why I'm trying to talk myself into that. I'm going Jalen Carter or Christian Gonzalez. I think that's the pick here. Christian Gonzalez is the safe pick because they need a corner desperately. Yeah, move up 6 picks. You only give up a 2nd-round pick. That seems light. But I'm also not, like, I don't know. It's not for a quarterback, so. Disappointing year is what you would describe every year as the Raiders fan, pretty much. There was one year years ago when they had Amari Cooper and they were like 13-3 and it was crazy. And then they've been bad ever since.
Wasn't that long ago? I mean,
yeah,
actually, it was a really long time ago.
Yeah, it was like Derek Carr's like 2nd year. Why would they get Paris Johnson at tackle? Yeah, I think it's Christian Gonzalez. Like I said, the only thing that could throw a wrench in this is if they get Jalen Carter a defense tackle.
I'd be so surprised. I know. I'd be so surprised if they did that.
And I'm like getting scared that we're gonna walk away with Jalen Carter in this draft, and I'm gonna really feel weird about it.
I know. Okay, this fountain looks really cool on TV, but what a waste of space where people could be at, like, and see the draft. And it's like dead center where you want to be. All right, come on, make my life easier.
Christian Gonzalez, Tyree Wilson. Okay,
you're like a second before me. Damn it.
Oh, sorry.
It's like the select Tyree Wilson. But at least I hear it. Okay. Wow. All right. So you wanted him.
That's really disappointing. I'm kind of sad. I was really hoping he'd be there. Now,
damn, look at
Jalen Carter.
Fit. Look at this fit he has there.
I hope we trade out of the pick now.
Look at the fit and the glasses. Actually, I love that.
He's also 6'7", so there's that. Look at how big he is. Look at that man. Could have been our 3-tech.
Jesus Christ.
He's so good. I'm actually really disappointed in that. Also, Raiders, what are you doing? Where are you putting him? I guess he could be their 3-tech. I guess that's what they're thinking. You paid Chandler Jones, you paid Max Crosby, and now you got Tyree Wilson in there. That's an insane defensive line.
Oh, now you got me nervous.
I am too, because Atlanta, I don't know, like, unless is somebody going to trade up to jump us? What feelers are we putting out? I'm so curious.
The man is personally offended by undershirts. His wingspan is longer than LeBron's. Yeah, that is a very interesting guy.
I'm so disappointed. Look at him. Look at him. He's a monster.
Well, he's gone, Dylan.
So disappointing. I really wanted him. Damn you, Raiders. You're always screwing something up every year. Every year with
their team, other people's teams, all the teams.
I hate the terms that they use whenever they describe like players in the draft. They just said he's slippery, and I'm just like, that's a weird way of saying that he's like athletic.
Thank you.
I don't know what the Falcons are going to do. They need a tackle. Roger Jones? Peter Skoronski? I don't think so.
Bijan Robinson. That's what I kept on hearing, so...
If they take Bijan Robinson, that'll blow my mind. That'd be great for them. I'd be excited for their offense. Although they have Desmond Ridder, so they're not going anywhere with that. They're tanking full-heartedly. Pick is in, so let's see. Like, how far is Jalen Carter going to fall? That's really my question at this point. And I hope it's past 9, but it feels like it's going to be at 9.
I don't like this.
Could the Falcon... I'm like...
I'm not as excited as I was last year, 2 years ago, I mean.
Yeah, well, I don't think anything's going to top that. So I had Tyree Wilson going to them right here, which obviously that's not happening. So
wait, but you were one
thinking,
pick within, right? So.
Oh, yeah, I was. We got to drink 4 seconds for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's why I needed a second can.
Yeah, I'm at the end of my first can for sure. I broke out the podcast. Well, no, this isn't the podcast one. It's a different one. Where is that one, actually?
Not the
I don't
usual.
know where that is. I have the football, which is like 3 beers.
The football one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one literally holds 3 beers. This one holds 2.
I
don't know. I don't know. Paris Johnson would have been my pick here if he was available, but he's not. Tyree Wilson would have been my pick here. He's not. So who would they go? I can't believe the Texans traded up and got Will Anderson.
I can't believe they took CJ Stroud. And then the next pick took Will Anderson.
CJ Stroud made a little bit more sense because he was the second. He was like the most polished like quarterback ready to step in the league. And then Will Anderson made a ton of sense because that was like, you know, defensive coach. Maybe they're going to wait a year to get a quarterback. I mean, good for the Texans. In my opinion, they're winning the draft already. We're 7 picks in, and I'm already like the Texans just walked away with, you know, quite possibly the best quarterback. I think in my rating, he was the second best quarterback.
And they're at least going to be fun next year, so that's cool.
Well, they got D'Amico Ryans, who's awesome. He's a good, you know, up and coming. He's really good, coach wise. And then you got Will Anderson, who's just unbelievable at defensive end, sliding in there as their defensive captain. CJ Stroud steps into an offense, which, quite frankly, is a little weird. I don't know what they're gonna like. They need to get him a little bit more help.
Yeah,
they have a lot of talented players. They just like John Mechie's coming back, so that'll be interesting, actually. So they're getting a wide receiver back. They got pretty good. They got somewhat of a decent offensive line.
Imagine if the Eagles trade up in here in front and take Jalen Carter.
I would honestly thank the Eagles happily. I'd be like, thank you guys for taking the bullet for us. You guys can figure that out.
It's so risky. I'm so not on board with it at all.
Well, it's because he literally could be Fletcher Cox, or he could be Albert Hainsworth. And it's just there's just I don't know. I don't like those odds.
It's too boomer bust with like how good the trade went to like risk that.
Do you remember
I
Albert
don't like
Hainsworth?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've at least seen like the highlights and stuff.
Yeah, where he fell down and then didn't want to get up.
Yeah.
Best available.
Bijan Robinson's still at number 1. Peter Skoronski.
Well, this does not deserve to be top 5. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. He's just not. I just watched that man panic his entire career.
Well, where's he supposed to go now? I mean, I don't know. Who cares?
My pick was 15 to Washington or 17, whatever. I don't know. Somewhere, wherever Washington's picking this in the first.
All right, give me this Falcons pick. This is everything right now at this point.
Yeah, this is telling you. You know, low key, I could really see Miles Murphy going right here too, and that would be kind of that'd be interesting. Is what I'll say.
Come on, Goodell. Oh God, is this when they start this stuff?
Mm-hmm. What if they just go with Peter Skoronski right here? Then the Bears are really just. Honestly, if the Bears went Christian Gonzalez, I wouldn't be upset. God. Right before the Bears pick, we got to do this.
I know. Like, this is good and all, but like, come on.
Please tell me it's Jalen
Killing
Carter.
me, man.
Please take Jalen Carter, Atlanta.
Imagine he flubs it. He's like, oh,
he's
sorry.
From Georgia. He's from Georgia.
It's nervous. Oh boy.
They went Bijan.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
I can't believe they really did. Wow.
Good for them. I mean, he's the best player in the draft, like as far as offensive talent. So like,
they just really don't give a shit, huh? They're just like,
well,
we're going all in.
They're all in tank for next year. That's what it is.
But you can't be all in tank with like that kind of pick. You can't suck.
Yeah, Dylan, you can when you go, we're gonna start Desmond Ridder for the entire season. Like that's okay. Like,
but what are you supposed to do? All of a sudden just be like, we're gonna throw with Desmond Ridder the whole season and then just like ignore him for a whole year? That's so stupid. Come on.
What do you think the Texans did this year, Dylan?
Did they have a running back that they took at 8?
No, they took him in the second round.
You can't waste a whole year.
Yeah, but Dylan, you now have, if they tank next year, and Dylan, don't say they can't waste a whole year. They want to wait. Trust me, they do that all the time.
No, I'm saying of his career, like of him as being a running back out of the top 10.
Yeah, but the thing is, Dylan, is if you get a quarterback next year, if they get one of the top 2 quarterbacks, Drake May or Caleb Williams.
Wait, we traded back.
We did?
Yeah,
we did?
To the Eagles.
We did. We're traded with the Eagles. What?
What do we get?
Why?
Okay, this has to be them taking Jalen Carter then.
Please tell me it's Jalen Carter. Who did the Eagles want?
But more importantly, what did we pick up?
Yeah.
Because they have to know who the Eagles are going to take at this point.
Oh, if the Eagles go Peter Skoronski here, they'd be nuts.
Wait, but then why would we trade back in like out of knowing that they're going to take that?
Because they would think that we're going to take him, maybe? I don't know.
Oh my God.
Maybe they think we're going to take him, so they're like, we want Peter Skoronski. Or maybe somebody else was going to trade up for Peter Skoronski, and they were like, we want him. Because the Eagles need a guard.
But we need him.
Yeah, I know, but Dylan, but...
They gave up, we got a 4th rounder next year.
That's fine. Whatever.
But that's it. Okay, like, oh.
Jalen Carter here?
Is that not a lot? A 4th rounder, not even this year, but next year?
I'm moving up 1 pick, though. I mean, that's the thing, is just, the only reason why they would move up 1 pick is if there was a player that other teams were calling us about.
Yeah, I know, but
Jalen Carter's a guy that I could see that. But then the question is that like if the Steelers were calling for Jalen Carter and they wanted to offer us the 2nd round pick, that's better than the 4th, but we'd have to drop that far. So like, who do the Bears want to stay top 10 with? But also we're fine with trading with the Eagles. That's the real question here.
Well, we're very quickly going to find out, I guess.
So the Falcons draft Kyle Pitts, then they draft next year Drake London, then they draft Bijan Robinson. What I'm saying is, can you imagine when a quarterback steps into that offense that can actually throw a ball, like how that's going to be?
Well,
it's going to be nuts.
I mean, yeah, it is nuts. It's just, but also like, I can't see that you just like blow an entire year, like, and just like sink it for that. I mean, like, I get it, but like, then Kyle Pitts is going to be what, with like 1 year left on his contract. and then you're wasting a year of Bijan Robinson.
I mean, Dylan,
I don't know.
we sank a year for no.
Yeah, we
like,
sank a year, but like
we wasted an entire year of Justin Fields' career. But why did we do it? Because we're going to be better next year. That's the point.
yeah, but you have the quarterback in that situation, so I don't know. I don't think it's the same.
Yeah,
If
but
it-
it's still centered around the quarterback, is what I'm saying. So like we tanked a year, and you're like you would think like, oh, you have the quarterback. You tanked a year of his career. That's crazy. But like in reality, it's because we know that next year we're going to be better. It's the opposite effect. They're going to tank a year knowing that they can get a quarterback to plug him into a ridiculously talented offense.
I think that that's almost riskier because I think that you're going to want to abuse those years of like quick talent around him that's not quarterback.
But the problem is think of the opposite. Like the Panthers signed Miles Sanders, which is a good running back, although he's on his second contract. Second contracts really don't do well for a wide receiver. So look at Bryce Young. He's walking into a team that traded away their number one wide receiver, lost their star running back in the season, and then really don't have a number two wide receiver. So you're talking about the same kind of concept where it's the opposite, where instead of you draft a quarterback later to join a team that's super talented, in this scenario you're drafting a quarterback early before you start adding talent. So that's kind of the thing is it's like, do you care if you suck for the year? I mean, it's kind of the Bengals. Like, I mean, look at the Bengals, for example. The Bengals are a perfect example of that. They sucked the first year they had Burrow.
Yeah.
And then what did they do after that? They added a bunch of talent, and now they're good.
It's risky. It's risky.
I'm just saying, it can make sense. It is risky, but like ultimately, like you just you throw Desmond Ridder out because the thing is you throw Desmond Ridder out there, he sucks like you expect, then you guys suck, and you can get a quarterback next year, plug him into a really talented offense with a bunch of cap space.
Yeah.
If Desmond Ridder suddenly balls out, well then you go, all right, well I guess we don't need a quarterback.
But I guess at what point do you decide to like tank the year that he's like bad enough? They're just like, nah, this isn't gonna work.
Look at they got Jason Kelsey.
I changed it to be the Chicagoans because I couldn't edit it quick enough to.
Also, by the way, Jason, the brother of star tight end Travis Kelsey, he's a Pro Bowler.
Stop.
That's it.
Yes, thank God it's off the plate. Okay, we could take that.
Also,
that's fine.
Also, if I'm going to say it right now, if Jalen Carter becomes what he can be, that's going to hurt. But
I don't care.
It's fine.
It's fine. That's okay. They've got so much more. They've got so much more depth that they can make up for. That like that's okay.
So that tells you right off the bat that the Bears weren't happy with him.
Yeah. Like the way that I view it is that like the Bears are like at a turning point that's so important that like they can't afford to mess it up and it's too boom or bust, but like the Eagles can. They have enough like deficiency. They have enough like ways to make up for it.
I hope the phone is ringing off the whatever it's called. I can't think of this thing. Yeah, there you go. For the Bears right now. I don't know who they would be trading up to, but I'm trying to think of any prospects that have fallen.
I'm gonna be really listening more intently here for when they're talking about the Bears' needs.
Yeah. So who's available? Christian Gonzalez, corner for the Bears. Pierce Karonsky, tackle. Jackson Smith and Jibba at 10 would be wild. I would love it.
That would be wild.
Broderick Jones. Lucas Van Ness. Kalijah Cansey. I would love Kalijah. If they announce Kalijah, the pick is in. We wasted no time.
Quick. I mean, I guess I get it. Okay, Skronsky or Wright? Choose.
Skronsky.
Okay.
I think he's a Pro Bowl talent. It's just whether it's at guard or tackle. I'm gonna say I wouldn't hate Christian Gonzalez here because we do need another corner, but we did draft corner last year, so I don't think so. But also Christian Gonzalez is a 6'2" outside corner, and he's athletic as hell. And I mean, you have a defensive corner with your corners are freaking him, Jalen Johnson, and Kyler Gordon at the slot would be nuts. With Brisker and Eddie Jackson. That secondary is crazy, but I don't know. I don't know who we're going to take here. I'm going to say Peter Skronsky because I think it's going to be a boring pick. That's not boring because we need a right tackle, but still. Here's what I'm going to say. I would absolutely be ecstatic if it was Kalijah Cansey. But I expect it to be Peter Skronsky. That's my final two. Miles Murphy wouldn't terribly shock me because he's been considered like a top 10 defensive end for a while, like a top 10 pick.
I'm kind of just silently.
I know. I
don't know. I'm stuck.
I'm very nervous.
I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel because I don't know initially, even like when it's announced, if I'm going to be like, yay, or okay, or.
Well, I don't know. I don't know who it is. I'll tell you right now, if it's Jackson Smith and Jibba, I will down the rest of this drink right now. If he becomes like their Fletcher Cox, I'm gonna really be sad. But I'm glad that like somebody else decided to take that on for us. Also, that means
they can
that
account for the risk.
Yeah. Also, that means that the Bears, a 4th round pick is all it took to convince the Bears that they didn't want to take Jalen Carter. So.
Yeah, pretty ironclad right there. If that's like, if there's other people actually like bidding for that spot to take him, and that's all they could get. I get it, but that's pretty damning. Because you're telling me there weren't other teams that were trying to trade up to that spot that are like 1 or 2 behind and that thought that might be worth it?
I don't think Tennessee would. Texans already traded up, so that would have been.
They've spent 0 minutes talking about what the Bears need. Come on, man. I get it, but like, come on.
That could have been the Lions. Lions could have, but the Lions wouldn't have traded with us. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see anybody in that range that would have taken Jalen Carter if it wasn't us or the Eagles. Nolan Smith is available, and that's an interesting pick. I just don't think he's going to go here because I think people view him more as a, like, maybe a 4-3 linebacker. And we already have our linebackers. Unless you think he can be an edge, then I could see them taking him. All right.
Come on. First thing I saw was that Jalen Carter was a perfect fit for Philadelphians.
Yeah, he was. Here we go. Oh, that's high, but I like it. That's high, but I'm happy.
Huh.
I'm happy. I like that pick.
So they chose not to take Skronsky. Okay.
I like that pick. I like that a lot.
You do like it. Okay, that gives me more confidence because you know more than I do.
He's a very, very good right tackle. He's a very good run blocker. Not as good as a pass blocker, but your right tackle, you want to be more of a run blocker anyways. So
if this means that we don't have Borum trotting out there week 1, like thank God. That's sick. I love that.
Oh, he's our immediate plug and play at right tackle. Like he's immediately our right tackle. Yeah, he was also very athletic at the combine for as big as he is.
Wait, is he at home?
I think he is. Yeah.
He doesn't get a celebration. No.
Honestly, I feel better about that though. The guy was totally cool with just staying home and hanging out. Like that makes me more happy for the pick. Like, dude, him and Braxton Jones, let's go.
I feel good that they at very least were like,
Peter Scarron.
the
Oh,
offensive line is needed.
Oh, Tennessee's pick is already in.
Very, very, very quick. Okay, that was not who I expected, but
Craig sent me a text. He was like, "I don't want Gonzalez at corner," and I was like, "That's a pick that would be like like not a pick that everybody." Now, I'm surprised that the Bears didn't trade out of it to get Darnell Wright. I mean, I guess maybe with So now here's the thing. You know what that tells me is that Peter Skoronski is viewed in this draft as a guard. Because if the Bears had him, he was the best offensive lineman. If the Bears thought he could play tackle, he would have been he would have been drafted.
Yeah, I mean,
so now you're unless they really had Darnell Wright higher than him, which I mean that's fine too, I guess if that's the case. But that tells me that Peter Skoronski is more of a guard. You know where Peter Skoronski could go, and I would really not be surprised, is 15 to the Patriots. That is the most Patriots pick I've ever heard in my life. Also, I'm gonna call my dad real quick and go get another beer. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. I'm not going to transition to waiting. That seems useless. No Bears info stories or promo or explanation or analysis. Who are we already talking about? Quarterbacks. Yep, they're back to that already. Interesting. I want to hear a little bit more about that, but okay. Didn't allow a single sack last year, starting every game in the SEC. So that's cool. That's an interesting comment. Possibly the worst use of the #1 overall pick in the history of the NFL. No bias. Some random commenter on Twitter said that. Has willing to be the best player in this draft. Well, okay. I guess that's something. I don't really like Louis Riddick too much. Finally. Tennessee Titans taking the Peter Skronsky. Okay. Well, the next pick. Okay, they could use the help. They're completely beaten up and their entire team is depleted and sold out, so that makes a lot of sense. I get it. And he is listed as a guard. Okay. As a cornbread boy. First 5-star recruit in Northwestern football history. Trusts his grandfather for Halloween as a child. Now, Lions are now on the clock. Okay. What's up? Perfect
All right, so
switch.
who took Peter Skronsky?
The Titans. Immediately afterwards.
That is an interesting pick, actually, because
CBS Sports gave the Bears pick a B+. That's pretty good.
I thought they would think that Peter Skronsky could play tackle, so I had him going at 9 to the Bears, or well, then so 10. So they went offensive line, which they did need offensive line. They do need a guard and a tackle. So realistically, whichever one he could play is they're fine with. Yeah. He's the best. He's going to be a Pro Bowl offensive lineman, so that's good for them. Lions on the clock. Pick is in. Who are the Lions getting? Probably Christian Gonzalez. They're probably ecstatic that Christian Gonzalez is available.
Think so?
Oh, yeah. Why? What are you doing, Lions? What are you doing?
Wait, why? Why is that nuts?
Because why would you do that when you have DeAndre Swift, who's literally the same back? I mean, not the exact same, but he's very similar.
He's a running back. Okay.
He's basically, so here's the thing, Dylan. He's a really good running back. His comp, which I agree with, is Alvin Kamara.
Okay.
Where he's like a great pass catcher, good running back, good skills. I mean, you watch him and you look at it, you just envision Alvin Kamara when you watch his highlights, and that's who he is.
Okay. That's
so I mean, he's weird. Good, it's just a weird pick. Because like, my question is like, why is Christian Gonzalez just dropping like this? It makes no sense. He's like one of the best corners in the draft.
2 running backs in the first round. Wow.
Also, they need a corner. So like, are they just? It's because the corners are dropping, so they just don't care.
I
This
guess.
is getting wild. So I have right now, to the Packers. I have Dalton Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid. Okay.
Tight end. He's the best tight end in the draft. Because their only tight end on their roster is freaking Joseph DeGuara.
Because
and,
who stole their other tight end?
Yeah, right. Exactly. They have Josiah DeGuara and that old dude.
That old dude?
Mercedes Lewis, right? Is he still there?
He might be actually. Did he not get followed to like the?
I thought he was following to the
Jets.
Yeah, I thought that was occurring, but I don't know.
The initial response from the Jahmyr Gibbs pick is just why. From Lions fans. So
that is the most Lions pick I've ever seen in my life. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just like, coming up the Jonas Brothers. Let's go.
And then the second comment is a Bears fan.
LOL. See, they got
Swift
got
and Montgomery. Reading. I forgot about Montgomery.
Yeah, they got David Montgomery. Why was the point of that? Why? Oh, the Lions. You never cease to amaze me, man. I just really don't get it. I just don't. Also, by the way, this might be the first podcast where my cat is going to appear on stream at some point. She's right here now on the desk.
She demands to be in. Wow.
Yeah. God, what a weird pick.
Just saw DeAndre Smith fall to his knees in a Walmart. That's another meme.
Man just lost his job. That man just lost his job in a heartbeat. Like, that's what Swift was for them. Like, they got David Montgomery to replace Jamal Williams. That makes sense. And then the other back that you're supposed to have is a speedy running back who can catch the ball out of the backfield. Yeah. And you had that. He just was injured quite a bit.
Okay. So Will Levis to the Packers.
I would cry. I would cry.
Would you lose it?
I would literally shotgun a beer on live on air in excitement and happiness.
Wow, I really want to know their thought process on that.
If the Packers, here's the thing. I just poured this beer in here just to top that off a little bit higher. If the Packers draft Will Levis, I'm chugging that whole thing. I have there's no oh, she's coming. She's almost on air. There she is.
Immediately goes for the beer. Nice, my man.
My cat.
It was submitted so quickly on the Lions subreddit right now. The first comment is just fuck.
Because that's a random pick. Like, at least Bears fans are like, oh, okay, we got an extra 4th round pick and we got Darnell Wright. That feels pretty good. You know? Like, you got your starting right tackle to like finish your offensive line, and then you got a 4th round pick also just because. Like,
yeah.
The Bears are either, by the way, I just want to point this out, either somebody wanted to trade up with Jalen Carter, or the Bears were really good at selling the fact that they wanted Jalen Carter. Because that's the other thing. If the Bears wanted Jalen Carter, and then the Eagles were like, we'll give you a 4th round pick so that we could take him.
They'd be like, no. They could have kept that easily, right?
Well, here's the thing is, if you have Darnell Wright and Jalen Carter rated at the same level, and you're like, we're good with either one, but we're going to take Jalen Carter. And then the Eagles are like, no, we want Jalen Carter. We'll give you a 4th. And you're like, okay, cool. We're good with Darnell Wright. That's what's happening. We just lost this man. This man just on live TV. Out of people watching the draft who are like sad after the fact, or watching the draft that are sad. Yeah, it's DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift just lost his job on live TV.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you for the endless content. Even though they were good last year and like knocked the Packers out, they just can't stop giving content.
Do you think we could even make the Lions even dumber and get like DeAndre Swift for like a 7th?
Dude,
get him for like one of our conditional picks. It's just be like, listen, we know you guys are dumb. You guys will do this, right? And they're like, yeah, we are dumb.
Larry Borum's tweet after the pick. LOL. And it was deleted right afterwards. I don't know if
After
this is. I don't know if this is
is that
fake, but
after the Bears pick or after the
8:33. So it was after the Bears pick. Yeah.
That's another man that lost his job today, unless he's gonna play guard at some point.
Well, I gotta say, sports is like one of the only areas that there's actually some sort of merit system, and he wasn't great,
Cat's
but he'll
on
be
screen,
great
by the way.
depth.
Cat's face is making an appearance.
Very intuitive, or very just worried about something today.
She's watching the draft right now.
Packers
She's
taking
looking.
Van Ness is the thought.
That'd be a very Packers pick. That's such a Packers pick. That is the most Packers
Ooh.
pick. That's the most Packers pick of my life.
Predicted it.
Like,
I submitted my bet immediately before putting that down.
Jordan Love is just looking. Jordan Love is calling Aaron Rodgers right now and going, dude, you weren't wrong. Like, they literally won't draft offensive players.
Okay, come on. They still have Christian Watson from last year. Like,
Name me
he's fine.
2 other pass catchers on that team that are good.
Lazard's gone, so
Exactly, Dylan. Who's playing tight end?
Cobb's gone. Mercedes Lewis.
There's no way you're trotting Mercedes Lewis out there for 800 catches, like 800 yards receiving.
Green Bay wide receiver depth chart 2023.
Who are they trotting out there?
Oh, Romeo Dobbs, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who dropped a bunch of passes.
And Samori Torrey?
Say that name with a straight face and tell me that that's a name that you want starting.
Wide receiver 3, Samori Torrey. And Josiah DeGuara?
DeGuara.
Wait, so Mercedes Lewis isn't even there anymore.
Yeah. So they have Josiah DeGuara, who basically, when he was drafted, was a fullback tight end hybrid. Like, that's what he did. He was like a fullback tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Not an elite pass catcher.
Okay. Patriots will love us.
I hate that with a passion. I hate that so much. Who did I have them taking? Oh, I have them
another
taking
boring white guy. They got to do it. They have to.
I have them taking Broderick Jones, right tackle from Georgia.
Okay.
As a Bears fan, I'm extremely happy with their picks. Good job, guys. Really excited.
I think it's good. I feel good, I guess.
Justin Fields has also got to be looking at Jordan Love and like Jared Goff and being like, "Wow, you guys are." I'm sorry. Like,
what the hell is Joe Jonas on the analyst board for right now?
All the Jonases, Dylan. Why is Joe Jonas the only one you picked out?
Because he was the only one on camera when I said that. I don't know.
Don't forget about Kevin, Dylan.
Kevin
is there.
He's in the middle, right? He's the middle one?
No, what?
What?
He's not the middle one.
Is he the right one?
Yeah.
Oh,
the middle one is Joe Jonas.
I don't know. The only one that I think I know for sure would be Joe Jonas, and that's it. Wait, no.
You didn't know him, though, because you said that was
I meant Nick.
What do you mean?
That one. The only one is wearing something different. I don't know. They're all Jonases.
Well, yeah, that's true. They're all brothers. That's the name. That's part of the thing. Oh God. I like Lucas Van Ness a lot. He's a really raw talent, but he's like, it's just a very Packers pick. Like, this is when they picked Rashawn Gary and everybody was like, oh, okay. And then Rashawn Gary turned out to be really good, but like, I don't see Rashawn Gary lining up at, wide out and catching passes. So like, it's not helping. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? I feel like this is like Tom Brady fading out of the NFL. Because inevitably you're going to be back.
Yes, I am.
What were you doing?
I'm switching to standing for my health. That's what I was doing.
Lucas Van Ness, surrounded by average white girls. That's like, I mean, come on. Like,
He'll be right at home.
Dude, he's going from Iowa to Green Bay. This man's doing nothing but nothing. Like, This man's known. You know what they have in Iowa? Drinking.
Lucas.
You know what they have in Wisconsin? Drinking. Get ready, boy.
He lives in a frat house.
Steelers at 14 is just throwing things at the wall now. Who do I have at 14? Let's see. Dear God.
Just tear it up.
Mock draft is going really well. By the
Yeah.
way, the Patriots traded out of this pick. We didn't even realize it.
I did not either. They didn't even pay attention to that.
I did not fully realize that. I looked at my mock draft and was like, "Who are the Steelers taking here?" And then I realized that I had the Patriots here, and I was like, "Oh, it's not the Patriots." Do I get points though if this pick is still Broderick Jones? Because it still
Yes.
could be.
Did you get points from any picks earlier that we missed?
No, I had some weird picks in
None?
this
Wow.
mix. No, dude. I had Nolan Smith. I had Nolan Smith, Miles Murphy, and Jackson Smith-Njigba and Dalton Kincaid as 4 picks right there, and none of them are off the board yet. So I had Paris Johnson going 15. I don't know what in my mind thought that was a reality. I do have Will Levis going 16, and if that happens, I think we should drink double. That's such a Washington pick. Yep. Broderick Jones. Look at that.
Is that your pick?
Yeah.
All right.
I actually had the Patriots picking here at 14 for Broderick Jones, and instead it's the Steelers.
Oh,
Look at that.
I forgot JSN was on the board and the Packers passed over him.
That's what I'm saying.
I totally
That's what I'm
forgot
saying,
about
Dylan.
Immediately, it was like maybe they didn't hate Rodgers; they were just stupid the whole time.
That's what it is. That's what I said. Is Jordan Love is calling up Rodgers and going, "Dude, you weren't kidding." Like,
everyone was hoping that they'd all of a sudden be like, "Oh yeah, no, we should totally pick like skill players."
Jordan Love is standing there looking at the draft, going, "So you're telling me the best tight end and the best wide receiver were both available, and we decided no."
So then, oh no, does he go to the Jets?
No, I think they're good.
I remember you opened up with saying, "Now, who do the Jets actually need?"
Who did I give the Jets? I gave them Paris Johnson Jr. at tackle, but now
Wow.
there's no tackles available, so I don't know.
Oh my God, they should if they get. I don't want to see that happen.
Who do they need? They're listed as needing a tackle or a linebacker. There's not a tackle available. I feel this feels too high for a guy. You know, this could be Nolan. This could be Nolan Smith. I could see that. So we got to drink 14, by the way.
Or for this one?
There's 14.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I need to probably
I
be
literally
done with
got
this one then.
I got the pick right. All right, 14. Boy, after doing that 14-second long sip, I really hope I don't get any picks right later.
You're gonna absolutely nail him from here on out.
Dude. Do I get a consolation pick though if I say that Nolan Smith's gonna go here and he goes?
He's from I think Lucas Van Ness is from Barrington, and someone said Barrington is all hot rich people.
That's what it was. Yeah, Dylan, when I went to Latin convention, by the way, that's a real nerdy
Latin convention.
I'm a football playing sports fan. Here we are. And I went to Latin convention. And when I went to Latin convention, Dylan, we had 30 people amongst the 4 Lincoln Ways that went.
Yeah.
And it was really fun, really cool. 85 kids from Barrington North came. 85, Dylan. They had songs in Latin that they were singing.
They're all going to be doctors or something, I
They're
guess.
A bunch of losers is what they are.
Latin convention. Wait, didn't you go?
Yeah, I went.
Oh, okay.
Listen, we didn't have
So you're not
songs
a
that we were
loser.
singing in sync.
Okay. Yeah.
Although my regret at Latin convention is that I didn't do the trivia.
Yeah. Why didn't you?
I just, I was still being a little angsty and was like, all right, even though I was at Latin convention, I really didn't need to be angsty. Also, by the way, Latin convention is the only time that I almost sang karaoke, and the song that I was gonna sing was "Sweet Caroline" because what happened was is me being a nice friend. There was this kid who was like super shy, and he wanted to go sing karaoke, but he wouldn't go do it. And so I was like, "I'll go sing with you," like so that way me and you could do it on stage together. And
Yeah.
we were literally about to. We were up next, and they closed. They shut it down. Literally, they were like, "All right, that's
Oh.
the last one." And then it was so funny because we knew that we were next because they played "Sweet Caroline" as the exit song for like everybody leaving the area. So I dodged that bullet. I almost did karaoke for that. Although I did sing choir like
Yeah.
before. So Darnell Roy, I love Darnell Roy. I love that pick. Okay, I'm listening.
Oh, they're doing like a Zoom call. This is cool.
Oh, they said thank you, so I think it's over.
Oh, well, he pulled that up kind of late, but that's okay.
Yeah, he's freaking out.
He said thank you.
That would have been cool though. How did she get up there? See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this, Dylan. You see the tail?
Just the one tail.
She made it up there with the shade down, and that idiot couldn't get up there previously. I'm talking. She's either like a ninja and she like channels her inner panther, or
Yeah.
she's an idiot that is like uncoordinated. You know, just like a giraffe when they're born, uncoordinated and just like clopping all over the place. This is a weird draft, is what I'm going to say. This is a weird draft. Nobody's going where anybody thought anybody was going, which does happen a lot. But like last year, I got like 8 or 9 picks in the first round, correct?
Yeah.
Maybe even more. It might have even been more. Not last year, the year before, when we did that draft.
I do remember you had a good
yeah, I think I got the first, if I remember correctly, I got like the first 7 picks correct that one draft.
Yeah.
So this is very different. Detroit fans are all standing there like, oh, what happened? The Detroit fans are like, thank God all the Detroit fans are like, thank God we have a second attempt.
I'm actually surprised that they didn't have wide receiver on their list of needs at all for the Jets.
They so on the whatever it's called, what was I using? PFF. Mm-hmm. On PFF, they have them like needs listed. They have wide receiver, tight end, interior D line.
Yeah. Huh.
So I gave them a tight end because they need a tight end. Because just like the Packers, they have absolutely nobody.
Gonzalez is still on the board, though.
He still is, which could be a Jets pick. And it wouldn't be a need. Washington could take Gonzalez because they do need a corner. Although Will Levis is just sitting there ready to be picked by either Washington or New England. He is not escaping 16 or 17. There's no way. There's no way. In my mind, I can't see him getting past them.
There's so many trades in this round. I keep on messing up my graphic.
See, there's
are the Steelers at 17, or they trade way back?
Who?
Can ESPN like please actually update?
New England's at 17. Steelers traded up to New England or with New England.
Oh, God damn it!
There you go.
Shut up, RG3.
I don't know, man. Who are the Jets taking? I really think the Jets would be smart to take Nolan Smith here. A dude is so athletic and could plug in a defensive end. He's the type of guy that could play like like will linebacker. That's a guy that Nolan Smith was a guy. If we didn't have linebackers, like if we didn't sign the linebackers that we did, I was gonna say Nolan Smith would have been an awesome pick to be like our will linebacker.
Yeah.
Because Nolan Smith is like, he could be a defensive end, but he's also so athletic that he could be offense. Like it could be a Will Mike linebacker. I don't think Mike. He'd be more of a Will. Quentin Johnson's gonna drop. That's unless teams because he's gonna drop like he drops passes. That's where I feel, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Jackson Smith and Jibba. Man, I would love it if like the Bears traded up this first round. If that dude, Bears trade up first round, get Jackson Smith and Jibba. I would down my drink. I would down this drink right now, where it's where it's at right now. I would chug this entire thing. I would be so excited. I mean, the Bears really could though. Like, we got the picks. Call Bill. What's Bill doing? What's Bill thinking? Bill want more picks?
No.
Yeah, he does. He always trades back. They already did. He already did. What do you mean?
I know.
Bill, we'll give you the second round pick we got from the Panthers. The second round pick this year from the Panthers. We'll give you the fourth round pick we got from the Eagles this year and next year to move up. We'll go to 17. There's no way he would take that, but I would be ecstatic. They said this kid's sob story, and I didn't hear it, and I, good shout out to you. Oh, it's Make-A-Wish. All right, now I feel really bad.
This is why we read. You say your cat. You say your cat just fell out of the blinds. I don't know if we missed that.
Did he? Idiot. Also, by the way, I bought her a new bed. This cat, literally, I went to go put her in the new bed, and she sprawled her paws out and like refused to go in it. I set her down in it, she jumped out of it. Right. Man,
his favorite team is the Jets. That's so sad.
And I almost just made a really dark joke because of that, and I stopped myself. I really did.
Who are we to speak, though? Really?
Yeah, I guess that's true. We don't have a right to talk. I would love for them Nolan Smith, but I think that this is probably going to be like Jackson Smith and Jim. Well, no.
This kid would be the ultimate troll if he read it wrong on purpose.
Oh, God. Oh, what a reach. First reach of the draft, baby. First reach of the draft.
Will McDonald?
They needed a linebacker, but that's a reach. That's all I'm going to say.
How much of a reach, though?
Like that
second round or what?
He's second round pick, yeah. But
okay, Will Levis coming up here right now. Wow.
Let's put it this way. He's a guy that a lot of people think like he was good, but he still has a lot to like develop. I love when they say that. He's a bit undersized. Man. Well, I just like what kills me is whenever they say he's undersized. Shut up. There's no undersized. Like Charles Leno has been a solid left tackle in the league. He's 6'2". I don't want to hear anything about undersized. Like they said the same thing about Aaron Donald. So
it's kind of underwhelming. Oh well. I was expecting more craziness.
The Jets and the Lions just really, dude. I just realized Aaron Rodgers left the Jets, and then they did the same thing. They took a defensive end. Like Aaron Rodgers just is like.
He's a linebacker, I thought.
Yeah, no, he's a defensive end.
Oh, okay.
He's an edge rusher.
Huh.
The pick is in. They sprinted to. I don't know if they're drafting. They might actually be smart for once and draft Christian Gonzalez, but I also could see them just going Will Levis, just because why not?
They're about to get sold, so maybe they're changing it up.
Let's put it this way: Will Levis in my. Like my comp is what's his name? Who's the quarterback? Carson Wentz 2.0. That's what he is. He's Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
But like not MVP Carson Wentz. He's like the one after the fact.
Not MVP. I jump over cars.
This guy's basically just a little less, like he needs development.
Oh my god. Just doing backflips.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a really good defensive end. He's athletic. He's just not like a guy that's going to rock in day one and be like a difference maker. Like he's a second round pick, which is like, they're good, but they're not like first round talent. So that's why it's a little bit of a reach.
All right, 1 second. I'll be right back before this
Also,
pick
there's
comes up.
a lot of guys dropping. For those of you watching at home, I've gotten like 3 picks correct. Who do I have going next? So I got Will Levis going right here to Washington because that's just the most Washington pick in my lifetime. I don't know because the Patriots I had taking Broderick Jones, but then they traded out of that pick and it got Broderick Jones drafted. I had Darnell Wright falling to 17 for the Steelers, so it would have been 17 for the Patriots, but now he's not available. And the Patriots, what do they need? Tackle, edge rusher. Ooh, edge rusher, Miles Murphy. That would be a nice pick for them. New England, I think Miles Murphy makes the most sense, especially because Lucas Van Ness is gone. Brian Brees is there. I like who else do I like in this? Edge rusher. I don't know. Drew Sanders at linebacker is a nice, interesting pick. Cody Mauch. Oh, okay. Well, this is Cody Mauch is also a very, very Patriots pick, so that could happen. They signed their corner, so I don't think they need corner. Osiris Torrance? Do they need a guard? I don't think so.
Okay.
I was talking through who I think the Patriots are going to take, and then I really thought about the fact I saw Cody Mauch's name, and I went, "Ooh, that's a Patriots pick."
Why?
Google Cody Mauch, and you'll know why.
I don't need to Google why now. I don't need to. I got it.
Literally, you just Google Cody Mauch and Google Cody Mauch's like pictures from his like.
How do you spell this?
So Cody, Cody,
Mm-hmm.
and then Mauch, Mauch.
I see it.
That's a Patriot. That's
Wow.
a Patriot if I've ever seen one. Look at his team pictures, though.
Damn.
It's the greatest thing ever.
I mean, yeah. What happened? Did he play hockey or something? Get his teeth knocked out? Jesus.
So he was a tight end that came to them, and then he put on 50 pounds over the course of 4 years and became a tackle. Or no, he put on like 60 pounds or something.
Jesus. Okay.
And he's just like a really athletic tackle. He's like 24 years old too, so he's pretty well experienced.
So they let Zach Wilson announce the pick.
That would have been incredible. Well,
Wow.
Did you see Zach Wilson's about to give Aaron Rodgers hell? Did you see that tweet?
That was
That
interesting.
Yeah.
Gibbs said he was shocked when he received the call from Detroit. He was still talking to his friends during the draft, and he thought he would go in the 20s.
Yeah, because I had Jahmyr Gibbs going. Where did I have him going? I had him going in the first round. I had him going to the Eagles at 30, actually. All right, here we go.
That was quick, huh?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. All right. People really don't like Christian Gonzalez. I'm really hearing that. I'm sorry, Emmanuel. I don't know what to say, man.
Locked in on Forbes, defensive back.
Well, he's gonna have a lot of fun catching passes from Sam Howell in practice.
Well,
that's one of my best jokes of the night. I'm gonna keep that.
That's not exactly where I thought they were gonna go, but okay.
Like
I didn't think they'd be going defense, but all right.
A corner makes sense to Washington, but like he weighed 166 pounds at the combine.
Wow.
He's good. I don't know. He reminds me a lot of Kendall Fuller, though, actually. So, it fits.
Watch the instinct. So what's going on with Gonzalez?
I don't know. That's wild. Him and Joey Porter are dropping, which is crazy. Patriots pick is in already.
That's nice.
I don't know who the Patriots take here.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be Will Levis.
I look at this is literally a clip of him picking off Will Levis. It's literally Will Levis chasing him down. That's amazing.
Fast.
Will Levis goes to Detroit. I think I'll cry.
Well, that would be something. Okay.
Jared Goff, and it'd be the Spider-Man meme with Jared Goff's. Wait, you're me. What's happening here?
Did you see the new trailer or the trailer for the new one?
For what one?
The Spider-Verse 2? Into the Spider-Verse 2?
I have. Hold on.
Okay, is this going to be Gonzalez?
I don't know. Torrance, the guard. Okay, all right. Finally, I was just saying, like, the love of God.
Okay, there he goes.
You know who Christian Gonzalez's sister is?
Who?
The Olympic. She's the Olympic runner for the for USA. She's a hurdler, I think.
Oh. Huh. So they're athletic.
Yes. Oh, she competed for Colombia. That's right. Yeah, hurdles. See, I was right.
400 meter hurdles.
She's who's she married to? Jesus, my phone just flew out of my phone case. Hold on. I think she's married to a football player. I think she is. Who's she in? Oh, David Blau. That's who she's in. That's who she's in a relationship with.
Oh wow.
So his brother-in-law is David Blau.
Well, he got paid, so it's got that going for him. Asian pasta is a favorite meal. Oh my god. Oh, it's the blender I have. Mmm. Humble brag. I'm not a recipe guy and I've never made anything bad. Okay.
That's a guy. That's a guy I want on my team.
The guy who cooks.
Bill loves his corners. He loves his DBs, man. Yeah, that's also his dad, by the way. You wonder where they got their athletic talent from.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
His head is the size of like 3 heads.
Her name's Temple?
Interesting.
Yeah, he was a professional athlete.
Oh, yeah.
Forget what he was.
That's not how I expected him to speak.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that's not the accent I thought was coming out of him, but he is from Colombia, so. Grandparents. That's a kid that's now after hearing his dad and seeing the family and how he was, this is a Patriots pick all the way. This is a dude
for real.
That's a dude that's gonna buy in and play well. Yeah, I mean he's basically like a perfect size for a corner. 6'1", 6'2", about 200 pounds. It's perfect size.
I can't wait till the day when you can choose your broadcast angle you want to watch games with, and you can choose like this angle. Like how they're showing like the quarterback angle looking down the field.
Oh yeah. I can't wait until they do the VR thing where I can pay like $50 and sit like at the 50-yard line.
That'd be so. Oh, it's so doable. That's the crazy part too.
Well, they've already advertised it in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because again, like we've said countless times, the NBA is one of the best marketing teams on any sport ever, and so not surprisingly.
If I wanted to get a tech job in sports, it probably would be. I think the NBA would definitely be like the most like they'd have the most money invested in it for sure.
Also, I seriously want to ask the Detroit GM Who in God's name did he think was going to jump them at 18 to take Jahmyr Gibbs? Like there was five picks in between your guys' picks. Who did you think was going to be taking him? That he wasn't going to be available at 18.
I gotta imagine the answer would just be something like, when you know you have your guy, you gotta take him, no matter where he's at. And it's just like, okay, all right.
I just really want the icing on the cake from the Detroit fandom for it to be like, the Detroit Lions have traded the first overall pick to the Bears for 2 second-round picks. And I could just be like, idiots.
Justin Field tweeted he was happy, like basically he was happy about the pick for Darnell Wright. Obviously.
Yeah, Justin Fields this offseason got a good number 2 wide receiver in a trade before the season ended, a star wide receiver, and then a starting right tackle, along with a starting right guard to go with the other starting guard, center, and tackle they have. So we actually have an offense that's complete, you know?
So exciting. Evan Jenkins just has to stay healthy. And they actually have like good people up front. I gotta imagine it's probably where I'm happier. Fields might have a brain left at the end of the season now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually gonna have time. They're actually gonna be able to run the ball really well. I'm really curious though if they take a running back at any point in the first 4 rounds. I think they should, but I don't know when. I think 4th round pick is where I would take one. I think there's some good running backs you can get in like the 4th round, and I think they should take one because I think they need somebody other than like. I just don't know if I really trust Travis, Homer and whatever the other guy's name was to back up Herbert. Who's the other guy we signed? Oh,
I thought it was those Khalil Herbert, Travis Homer.
Who's the other guy? It was the guy from he had a good year last year. He's been in the league forever. Why can't I think of his name? He had a good year last year. And he wasn't really. He was like Tennessee Titans.
Deontay Foreman.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah. Are you listening to the caller that's coming through?
Yeah, I don't really know about all. I agree with him that he's all rookie for sure. I don't agree with any of the other statements, but all rookie I could see.
Oh. Jones, Jenkins, Whitehair, Davis, and Wright.
Yeah, that's a hell of an offensive line. That's an offensive line that will run the ball down any team's throat, and is an offensive line that I can be happy with every week. Especially because Braxton Jones is just getting stronger and a little bit better. I mean, he's my left tackle for the future. Like, I'm totally sold on him being the guy. You just need him to get a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, which, I mean, he's going to do. Will Levis being at the top, it just cracks me up every time I see him up there.
Darnell Wright froze Will Anderson in his matchup. And Will Anderson said Wright was the best tackle he's ever faced. Hell yeah.
Good. Yeah, Darnell Wright did take care of Will Anderson pretty solidly.
He's 333 pounds.
Will Levis's girlfriend right now is like, you better get drafted soon. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm really judging of the people right now, but
it's awesome. Number 5 need is running back, and they were like, hell yeah. We're starting at the bottom and going to the top.
I just don't get it. I really don't get that pick. It really cracks me up. Like, was somebody actually going to take him before their 18th pick? Like, really?
It's such... I thought they weren't doing dumb stuff like that anymore, but okay.
I mean, I had Jahmyr Gibbs going in the first round, but I had him going 30th. Like, I didn't have him slotting in at top 12.
Yeah. All right, Lions, what do we do next?
What are we doing, Lions? If this isn't tight end, this should be tight end. Kincaid. the most Lions picks I've ever heard in my entire life.
Linebacker.
He's awesome. He's a really good linebacker. He's 6'5". He's really athletic. I thought he was gonna, but again, I thought he was gonna drop to like. He's gonna terrorize us. I'm not gonna be happy about that. I'll tell you that much.
His girlfriend plays basketball at Drake University in Iowa.
Oh, that's cool. We play Drake at ISU. Pretty sure we beat them all the time. I mean, he's really good. He's a really good player. It's just like you guys need a tight end. Like you had 2 picks. You didn't need a running back. You didn't really need a linebacker, and somehow you picked 2 players that you didn't technically need. Like it's the most Lions pick of my like ever that they would pick players that they don't need but are good players. Like Jahmyr Gibbs, good player, definitely not like. I'm not saying he's bad by any means. Jack Campbell, really good linebacker. He's the top linebacker in the draft. But like you don't need both of them. You needed a tight end. You probably needed a tackle or something. No, I guess they didn't need a tackle because they took one. I don't know. You needed other things. That's all I gotta say.
I think Brock Wright as a starter is going to do just fine.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Unless they think tight end they're gonna get a tight end in the second round. If they do that, then I'll be fine. It's a weird pick.
Benny's coupon, 10% off. Huge.
Like I like him a lot. Jack Campbell's one of my favorite players. I actually had him, like for a while, I had him mocked to the Bears in the second round, but then he started like really climbing draft boards, and it was becoming apparent he wasn't going to be available in the second, and I was like, all right, well,
yeah,
that's sad.
Nation's best linebacker, and then the Buccaneers. I'm very curious to see what they end up doing.
I have no idea what the Buccaneers' plan here is.
I don't think they do either.
Did I have any picks going where I had them going? Hold on, let me look.
Check the mock.
Probably not. Probably not, but like, one can hope. All right, so I had Bijan Robinson going here. That's not happening. They do need a tight end, so this could be Michael Mayer, which I did have him going 18, so we would have to drink half if he does go here.
Okay.
Although Dalton Kincaid is available, so probably would be the pick if they go tight end. Although if they go Osiris Torrance, the guard from Florida, I had him going the next pick to the Seahawks, so.
The Lions have selected Tahir Gibbs twice. Or what's his first name? Jahmyr
Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs twice.
It's a weird draft. It really is. I said it earlier, but it's a weird draft. I just don't I don't get why players are falling. I don't get why players are getting taken where they're getting taken. I mean, it always happens. Like, there's always a team that reaches for a guy.
Yeah.
Which is what will make that. What is happening? They need everything.
Team needs all positions.
Who do they take? It's a draft love. That's a good pick. That's a great pick for them.
I think all the fans were like, who?
That's a great pick. God, I love Kalijah. That's a great pick. I had him going 23 to the Vikings. I'm glad he's not there. Jesus.
Oh, he's at home too.
Good for him. He's awesome. See, now you can watch what their analysis is going to be, and you can realize why I love him.
Versus Aaron Donald. Oh, that's the guy you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, look at. He's a little bit smaller, obviously, and the strength-wise. Still not that crazy, though. Like, not that far off.
Yeah.
But look at.
Wow. Since 2003.
Yeah, same height, same weight, and then watch these highlights. This is why I wanted him so bad for the Bears. Look at nose tackle. Oh, that running back just ate that. Like that's brutal.
It's a running back. Come on, that sucks.
By the way, here's your number 1 quarterback next year. Number 2 quarterback, number 7, right there. There's Hendon Hooker, number 5, right there. By the way, getting sacked. I would love Hendon Hooker right here. By the way, to the Seahawks. Will Levis is dropping like a fly.
Seattle.
Elijah Cansey. I love Elijah Cansey. One of my favorite draft picks in this draft. I actually would have been happy if we took him at 10.
Nolan Smith, this pick.
He's still available, which is wild. Who did they take at their first pick? The Seahawks? Was it
They took
we're already so far away from that.
Devin
Feels
Spoon, or whatever his name was.
Devin
Witherspoon.
Devin Whitespoon. Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah, him.
Some more on this behind the thing again. Oh God. This is
How dare
So
they
n-
insert commercials into this?
I know, right? Nolan Smith is dropping Miles Murphy's dropping. Jackson Smith and Jibba. Jesus, had a stroke there. Dalton Kincaid's dropping. Will Levis is dropping. Interesting. I didn't even have Emmanuel Forbes in my mock. I don't have Deontay Banks though. Also, to be fair, Will McDonald wasn't in my mock, although he's apparently rated the 29th best player. That feels high. No tight ends, which is crazy because there's been a lot of teams that need tight ends. AKA the 2 teams in our division who apparently we don't have to worry about covering a tight end the whole year.
Now, who does the tight end actually fall to?
Good question.
Chargers? I don't even really know what the Chargers need at this point.
Wide receivers because they're always injured. Linebacker, cornerback.
Oh my God!
Cornerback, I could see Joey Porter Jr.
See, the cow was loose in a suburb.
Yeah, I did. That was funny.
Wow.
I could see the Chargers going. I think for the Chargers, I have Zay Flowers mocked to them, wide receiver. That'd be a pretty good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Although I could see Nolan Smith or Joey Porter Jr. I had Jack Campbell going 27th to the Bills. Lucas Van Ness I had going to the Ravens, which means that that's out. So now I don't know what the Ravens are going to do. Miles Murphy, maybe? It's a weird draft. I keep saying it, but it's weird. It's just happening in a manner that doesn't make sense for most of the time.
Yeah. Lions got a D for Jamar Gibbs. It's funny.
Yeah, because why would you take him that high? Like, if you get I'm a running back guy, so like Bijan Robinson getting taken top 10, totally fine with that because I think Bijan Robinson is worth a top 10 pick. Although Jahmyr Gibbs, like if you do think that he actually could be Alvin Kamara 2.0, then yeah, he's going to be a massive part of your offense. But you already signed David Montgomery and you already had DeAndre Swift on the roster. So like, was a starting running back really that necessary? Like when you needed other things?
Yeah.
Unless you're really trying to dress Jared Goff up to be like an actual quarterback, which doesn't, I mean, he was good last year, but the team overall around him, I mean, he had a good offensive line. He had a good, I don't know. It's weird. Like I would have, if you're going to reach for an offensive player at that position, I would have taken like Jackson Smith and Jibba there instead.
Yeah.
But I guess because they already have 2 wide receivers, basically. Seahawks draft room where they're confused just as much as we are. Oh, now they're gonna pick. All right, now they've decided.
Jeez, I'm waiting for this one forever.
Why is Chris Pratt on the screen?
Oh no.
I forgot that's opening in a few days. I'm looking forward to it, but I forgot it was open.
Yeah, it came up quick. Very quick.
I forgot he's a Seahawks fan. I remember that when he was like, when they were in the Super Bowl, he was like doing stuff, but I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's okay. That was 10 years ago. So it makes sense.
Wow, they were really using the full clock here.
Come on. Submitting at the last minute.
Okay, they picked somebody. They just okay. And they're all high fiving. That took a while for them to decide that.
Yeah. The procrastinating.
Believe it or not, it has happened before where a team missed their window.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was the Vikings, which is also even funnier too. Who did the Seahawks take? Let's see.
There's one lone Bears fan in there.
So I actually have the Seahawks taking Osiris Torrance, guard from Florida. I could also see them going Miles Murphy. That feels good here. But I do feel strongly about them going offensive line here, which
I don't care about this guy's draft story. Announce the pick. Come on.
I see a Quentin Nilsson back there, by the way, in jerseys.
Hmm.
Shocking, a lot of Chiefs fans. Dylan, just imagine in 10 years when this draft is occurring in Arlington Park, the stadium like area that they have, planned in front of the stadium.
What, this area?
Like this draft occurring 10 years from now in that area, like where we're supposed to build like the complex. Why are
Well,
you
they
like
can make it look
why are you
nice.
small now?
I was sitting down. Ugh.
Okay, now
Oh,
you're
this one's
now
gonna
you're
take
now
even
you're good.
longer.
Oh, your desk was coming down, I see. Okay.
Yes, it was.
Shout out to that girl's knee. Hey Dylan, which ones do you think are the football players?
Technically, all of them.
Comically, apparently it's also the number 3 white guy. Does not look like a football player, I'm just saying. Alright, Bethany, let's go.
Had to move the mic.
Wow. That is interesting.
Took
Good.
that from the Chargers. Wait, so
Yeah,
now they
that's
have Lockett, him, and DK still?
Yep.
Sheesh, okay.
What a receiving core that is. Jeez. That's nuts. That's a crazy wide receiving core.
Wow.
He's an unbelievable slot receiver, which is exactly where they're going to slot him in, which is going to be crazy. Man, what a pick. That's a wild receiving core for Geno Smith to throw to.
So that means they're more sold on him than I guess we thought. They're going to do that, but I guess you could take ball with any quarterback.
Well, I still have Zay Flowers going here to the Chargers, so we'll see.
His brother plays for the Pirates.
Yeah.
The Chargers need to take a wide receiver, because then now what are they gonna do?
Well, they've Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, but they're always hurt, both of them. So, reality, they really do need depth at that wide receiver position. So, otherwise, you got Justin Herbert throwing to guys that you're, you know.
Chris Olave.
Mm-hmm. Wide receiver, you baby.
He's gonna be their third wide receiver. My God.
Yeah. The sad part is looking at these three wide receivers right here. The best one might not even be taken yet. The best receiver from Ohio State is still on Ohio State's team. Dude, in 2020, these three guys were all in the same room. With, and then, no, is it really? I mean, he's got good athleticism in and out of cuts.
The best athlete?
He is, like, unbelievably twitchy. Yeah, he's a perfect slot receiver. Yeah, that throw. Look at that catch. That was nuts. I remember that live. Yeah, in the Rose Bowl, he had like, yeah, he had 300 plus yards.
Dude.
Look at him. I remember this game too because I watched that one. I remember all of these games. Yeah, look at him. That's what we're talking about by athleticism.
Yeah, that is just ridiculous.
Oh, it's a ridiculous wide receiver room. It's not fair. God. I did have him as my first wide receiver off the board, so it's good there. Like I said, I still have Zay Flowers right here to the Chargers. That would be a good pick for them.
Vikings are coming up at 23.
That woman is like about to break down and cry. She is holding it in. Imagine having two kids, and one of them is really good at baseball, and one of them is really good at basketball or football. Will Levis. This is very. You know what this reminds me of is draft day when that quarterback starts falling.
I never got to see it.
Oh my God! How have you not watched draft day? It's so.
Because I just always figured it was bad and bad.
Yeah,
not
it
funny.
is.
Bad.
That's the point. Dylan, it is. It's terrible, but it's so good.
But it's good bad. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's good bad because you have to go into it knowing that it's ridiculous and it's stupid. And then when you watch it, you're like, I love it. you're like, this is great. Like at one point he trades like, oh God, there's just so many moments in there that the trades, you're like, this doesn't make any sense, but okay. Like I'm down for it. Oh, I love the song.
That powerful Los Angeles offense. Okay, sure.
Hear the song they're doing, the trumpet. That's Edwin Diaz's walkout song, which is one of the coolest walkout songs ever. Zay Flowers. All right, well, wide receiver.
Wow, so they did. Okay, immediately.
I'm surprised they went big receiver.
Just have to assume that they're not going to be healthy. So he's a big wide receiver? Okay.
Yeah, he's like 6'3", I think. But he's also like very fast. His only problem is that he drops a lot of footballs.
Well,
he has like everything else you want. He's like fast, athletic, decent route runner, good catch radius. His only problem is he has a decent amount of drops.
yeah.
But if they show the highlight where he caught the crosser in the national championship, I think it was. Yeah, he caught the crosser in the national championship and took it like 60 yards, and it was nuts because it just showed how athletic he is for being like 6'3", 6'4". Yeah, he's listed at 6'2". That's a little short. He's listed at 6. He's really 6'3", but
oh God. Just looking at his face right now. It's great.
mm-hmm.
He's so scared he's going to have to get injured because he's joining the Chargers. I would be too.
I mean, he's literally a carbon copy of the other receivers they have. They literally were like, we have Keenan Allen, who's big receiver. See, look at this catch right here. This is the catch I was talking about. He caught like a crosser and then took it to the house, and he was fast.
Jeez.
His only problem is, like I said, he just keeps dropping the ball. So it's kind of one of those where you're like, well, let's hope he doesn't drop as many in the NFL. Man, again, weird.
Now, what do the Ravens do after they just signed him or just signed Lamar?
Not draft any talent to help him.
Mm-hmm.
Them and the Packers. You know that meme where they're like the two strong, the Arnold Schwarzenegger and the other dude like shaking hands, like
Carl Weathers.
Yeah. What is it? Carl Weathers? Is that really what it is in that movie?
I think so because I saw the full clip the first time and I was like, oh, I had no idea.
Okay.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah, it's 100% that, and it's the Packers and the Ravens, and it's drafting no talent to help their quarterback. That's what it is. I mean, if you really think about it, like even Devontae Adams was like a 4th or 5th round pick that was like developed into the receiver that he became, but not like a 1st round talent that they drafted, and it's like this guy's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like he turned out to be good.
212 pounds, 6'3", 4.52 40-yard dash, and a vertical leap of 40.5.
Yeah, but the 4.52 was also a little like guys play faster on the field. Like that's the thing. Same with like who's our linebacker that surprised us this year? What's his name?
Jack Sanborn.
Like Sanborn didn't run super well at his pro day and everything. Like he wasn't super fast, but like he plays fast. Like when you watch him, you're like that dude's flying around.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with Jackson Smith-Njigba and Quentin Johnson, where they are both like play faster than they test. Although Jackson Smith-Njigba, so they were talking about athleticism, and they said that he's like the most athletic one of them.
Yeah.
His like, I forget what it is, his like split or his 3-cone drill. It was like something where it shows like your quick cutting and athletic ability it was only 0.2 seconds slower than Tyreek Hill. Or something like that. Like he has basically the same speed as Tyreek Hill cutting in and out of routes.
Okay, so that'll add up.
Yeah. So in other words, he'll get open pretty quick. Yeah. Which is like perfect for a slot receiver, which is exactly where Jackson Smith-Njigba is slotting in.
Yeah. I need some crazy trades to happen here, or some more chaos.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a really, really basic rest of the draft.
They
We had the
slowed
little
it
bit of
down.
chaos at the beginning, and now it's slow.
They slowed it down on us.
Who do I have Baltimore taking? Oh, I had them taking Lucas Van Ness at edge. Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, still available.
Will Levis, man.
Well, now the problem is that there's not a team that needs a quarterback unless the Vikings, pull that one out of there. But because the Vikings could, because right now the rest of the draft you've got Ravens just signed their quarterback, Jacksonville, who obviously has Trevor Lawrence. Giants extended Daniel Jones. Cowboys got Dak. Bills obviously, but for Bengals obviously. Saints just signed Derek Carr. Eagles and Chiefs are locked in. So yeah, there's literally no other team besides like the Vikings who could potentially draft a quarterback and have him sit.
Unless the team trades up into the first round for it.
That could happen. Could have a Packers 2.0.
Sam and RG3.
If the Ravens do not draft a wide receiver or a tight end, I'll laugh. I think a wide receiver makes the most sense, but it would actually be I think it honestly would be funnier if they drafted a tight end when they already had Mark Andrews and needed receivers.
Yep.
So I'm actually kind of hoping for that. It's not going to happen, but I'm kind of hoping for it.
What other wide receivers could they even take at this point?
Zay Flowers and Jordan Addison. Those are the two. Those are 2 first-round guys. I had Zay Flowers mocked to the Chargers just before this, so like I said, Zay Flowers is the guy that Brett Coleman said that he really thought he was like Antonio Brown-esque. See?
A young guy? No. They have to be old and decrepit. I'm sorry.
Joey Porter Jr., they do need a corner.
Yeah, I can dance with somebody.
Good song. Okay, that's what I thought. The woman that's like on the broadcast is Sam Ponder.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is it? I was like, is that Christian Ponder's wife? And then it is.
It is.
Yeah, I looked it up. Good old Christian Ponder.
I'm gonna find
All right,
that
here we
GIF I
go.
was thinking about.
Miles Murphy. Zay Flowers. They actually went and did it.
Was that where you had him?
No, I had. So actually, Dylan, we do have to drink because I did have him 1 pick before.
Have you seen this before? Because this is what I always think of.
Oh my god. That's terrible. Hilarious, but terrible. No, so I had him.
For this?
Well, technically half. It's 11.
Yay.
All right, let's go. That was a long 11. Oh god. There's 14 of them?
What?
Jeez. His parents really said, we're going to just shoot for quantity.
Quantity over quality.
Gonna do it.
Oh my god.
Oh, and his mom died? That's sad. And his brother died? Jesus. Shout out to the NFL for finding the depressing stories like they always do.
Yep. I'm not surprised, but also that one is very unique. Jesus.
I'm glad, though, that this draft coverage isn't every single player doing something crazy, like dunking when they're like 400 pounds, or like jumping out of a pool, like when they did the Worth, And then they did that for a year where they were like, everybody does something cool. And then
Yeah.
the next year they were like, all right, everybody has some tragedy going on. And then now we're kind of in like the middle ground where it's like, and now we're just going to actually show the draft and not do anything weird. And you're like, cool, thank you guys.
Look at his dad's undershirt.
That's cool. I like it. That's
Oh
solid.
yeah.
He's swagged out. You got the beard going with the fit. That's everything about it is swagged. Love it. Bless that man's heart for having 14 kids. Well,
14. 14.
That's insane to me. Anyways, watch Zay Flowers is he's only 5'9", but watch his ability because this is crazy.
Let's see it. ESPN.
He faked that dude out with a pump fake. That was dirty. That guy, that poor dude, that was dirty as hell. He scored a touchdown on that. That's
Why
nuts.
bite on that though? Like, oh, come on.
That was dirty. Well, because technically it was a backwards pass, I think. So technically he could have thrown it.
At that point, you're just exploiting instinct rather than actually thinking about it. I get it.
Look at it. Look at the speed. He's double teamed here, by the way.
Oh, that's a nasty catch.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, see, now you got Jordan Addison. That's the last wide receiver left. So Vikings need a wide receiver, although I feel like they could blow the draft up and get
Stop
Will
it.
Levis.
No, come on.
Will Levis, baby.
Come on.
So I had them taking Kalijah Cansey, so I'm really glad that he's gone because one, I don't want to drink 23 seconds. Two, I also don't want to see Kalijah Cansey twice a year. I'm gonna go get another beer and go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Oh, I like this one. This one's perfect. Okay.
Uh,
Oh, that was perfect timing.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my God, they're showing him on screen thinking it's gonna be Will Levis. I like it. Wow, the Vikings are pumped up. They're pumped up.
What?
They're pumped up. The Vikings draft room is like freaking out right now.
Oh God! Did they? Who did they get? Who would they even be excited about? Will Levis? Kirk Cousins would cry if they got him. You get away from the flag. You little asshole. Cat appearance. Cat on the thing.
Look at her feet just splayed out.
She's still looking at the flag like, intently. Like, look at this.
Oh my God.
Tail to the face.
What could they possibly be so psyched up about?
Girl, it's just a flag. I found the flag, by the way. I was really excited.
Yeah, she's about to take it down again.
I know. Don't you do it. Pick is in.
Pick is in. Come on.
Who do I have them taken here? Oh, Kalijah Kancey, that's right. Heaton Hooker or Levis? Oh, okay. All right.
Who? Oh, another
Jordan
wide
Addison.
receiver.
Yeah, he was the last of like the top 4 receivers. There was a lot of people that thought Jordan Addison could have been the number 1 wide receiver taken potentially.
Damn.
He's very good.
No chaos to make fun of the Vikings with. Shit.
Dylan, we just escaped. I don't know if this counts, but he was my not the next pick, but he's the pick afterwards.
Who?
I had Jordan Addison going 25 to the Giants.
They probably had him there too.
So I don't know if that counts for anything. I don't know if we should do like a third of the seconds, which would be 7. Okay.
Jordan Addison.
I don't know why I didn't finish it off. All right. It's probably going to be the last refill, I assume.
Jacksonville's first pick.
Well, that's what happens when you make the playoffs for the first time ever. By the way, I don't know if you can see, like, where I'm looking at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Right
She's staring
there
at it.
is this genius that hasn't figured out what the flag is yet.
I
Cat
just
cam.
noticed that she could jump up on it and pull it down.
Which way should I turn so that way we can see her better? Is it this way? Yeah, there we go. Now you can see her better. Has no idea what she's looking at. It's dumbfounded. That's the Ohio State there, Mooney. You were with me all of last season when I was watching all the games, so I don't know what you're...
She just doesn't like how it's blocking the blinds, clearly.
Maybe that is what it is. She's just staring at it. She is like shocked.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's coming down. She's gonna put her claws in it.
Hold on. Oh. Nothing. Nothing yet. I just love watching it on the camera.
Because she thinks you can't see her.
You want to see something funny? Hold on. I gotta wait for her to lean up. Watch. Make a loud noise and she'll freak out. Watch. She just looked. She didn't even react. I thought she would react.
What did you do?
I just dropped my phone on the counter.
Oh,
Last time I did that, she freaked out. Where's she at? Okay, she's done investigating.
wait, Jacksonville just trade back?
Yeah, they did. The Giants, 1 pick.
Hmm.
Who were the Giants trading up one? The Giants, man. Giants fall in that category of the Lions, where they're just like, "What are you doing?" I can't tell you how happy I am that the Colts got uh, Richardson. I'm still thinking about it. Like, what a pick! If the Giants take Will Levis, and they have a quarterback competition of Jordan or of Will Levis and Daniel Jones,
Don't believe it.
bless all of the Giants' hearts, fans, because dear God, that is terrible. Sorry, I got hiccups all of a sudden. So I don't know. They made a live action.
I was gonna say, what is this? I thought that was Peter Pan.
Apparently. Can I just point out that, like, like casting choices, there's been a lot of like, where we're getting really, I just all of a sudden we're gonna get political. The casting choices of Disney movies and such like that, or whatever, I could care less. The Little Mermaid, I have no desire to watch that movie. It's not even a good movie in the original, in my opinion. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
And then they like made a remake of it, and they did like some like interesting casting choices, which, like, again, I care less. Like, I'm not a really big like, it has to be like the source material. I'm like,
It has to
whatever.
be like the source.
Like, whatever.
Like the comic, the original manga.
Yeah, like
has to be the same.
everybody was like really bent out of shape about it. I get it. Like, I get that like you don't want them to like change it, but it's Little Mermaid. It's a Disney movie. Like, it's not like we're rewriting like, I don't even know. Like, I don't really know. Like,
I just wish they'd spend more
did
time
not
making
matter.
something original rather than just going through and making through like the live action remakes or everything.
That's what my thing is well, here's the thing. That's not even what I'm arguing. My like I have so what I'm trying to make the point of, which it's taken me a minute to get there. I've had a few beers. I do believe that it is fine to make live actions, and I do not care about the casting choice. Just make the movies actually faithful to the original. Like Mulan, what did you just do? Why? Why did you do that? Like, it
Didn't
was good.
watch.
No, I didn't watch it either because it wasn't in Mulan.
Yeah.
It was like a weird, like, I don't know. It wasn't Milan. It wasn't like, literally wasn't the movie. They took out the comedy bits. They took out like everything.
Didn't they make it like a super action based or something at that point?
Like,
it was an action movie instead.
And like, here's the thing: it's a Disney movie. Like, you can kind of edit like the racist parts, maybe tweak that a little bit. Like, that's fine. That's totally good with me. Where you're like, yeah, they were kind of making fun of that culture a little bit too much, and you're like, that's cool. Tweak that. But like, why do we need to like totally change the movie and make it like this hardcore, like, we're taking out all the comedy, we're taking out the love story.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of that movie was that Milan was a badass. So what does the love story have anything to do with that? Like, people were like, oh, bent out of shape. They were like, falling for a man, blah blah blah. It's whatever crap they say. And I was like, dude, the whole movie is literally her being awesome about how she's the one that ended the war.
Yeah.
So it's just stupid. I'm just like,
you're not going to beat
it.
the animated movie, so I kind of get it.
I just like
she looked familiar.
Who was it? She's if you remember Pitch Perfect, she's like one of the judges. I don't know what other movies she's been in.
I know she was in 30 Rock.
Okay, I watched Pitch Perfect recently, so I know that she was like the other judge,
Yeah.
Also good movies, by the way. I like the original Pitch Perfect is fantastic. Love it. Despite the Cup song and everything. By the way, I saw a tweet the other day that was like, man, the Cup song and TikTok really missed each other like a meteor and the planet. Like, just went right by each other. All right, here we go. Who do I have them taking? Oh, I had them taking Jordan Addison. All right. I don't hate that. That's fine. I don't really. I mean, I don't really think that was a need, but I don't hate it. It's fine. He was nowhere near. I didn't even have him drafted in the first round, but I'm not against it. Also, Joey Porter is still available, which I have him going to Dallas. So
Deontay Banks. So then, who was Jacksonville so sure they could get?
dude, I love his shirt.
That is a cool shirt.
Yeah, it is. Oh, all right. We got another trade, Dylan.
Trade the pick of the Bills, which puts them where?
Well, now 27. Yeah.
God damn.
Oh no! Wait, did the Bills still have the 27th pick?
Who did the Bills?
Because it says that they do.
It does. It currently says that. Yeah.
So then, in that situation, like, who did the Bills trade, or what did they trade?
I saw a kicker and I was like, did they just trade up for a kicker? Because oh my god, I'd be so happy if they did.
Who would they pick? Did Noah Ruggles come out of the draft?
Not that I know of.
From the Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
I hope we didn't lose our kicker.
Now the Bills are on the clock. Okay.
He is pursuing a career, so he is available. That's disappointing. I love this actor, by the way, too. He was great in The Punisher. Also, by the way, the only time... So this is why The Punisher is such a great show. One of the reasons why it's a great show. One of the only times in history where I've seen the assassin blade used as an actual weapon, and it is used to perfection in The Punisher.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't know why there's not other depictions of it. It's such a useful thing. Like every
you're
assassin,
talking about like Assassin's Creed, the Assassin's Blade, or what?
Yes. So did you watch The Punisher? Oh, you
I thought it was kind of a trademark thing. I didn't realize they could use that.
No, it's fantastic. So like there's one point in The Punisher where like there's this dude coming up on him and like put your hands up and like is like walking up to handcuff him. And he has his hands like on his head, and then he literally like and then turns and stabs the dude, and you're just like that's exactly why you would want it. Like that's why you would want it.
I always liked in Assassin's Creed that if you didn't want to use the weapons, you didn't have to. At least I think in like 2 before they made it like harder, and you could just like use the hidden blade the whole time to like counter like a giant axe. So you could just like they'd have the blade out and just be like, oh no, that's fine. I don't need anything else, and just like counter it, even though it's like a 50-pound axe or weapon or double sword. 'Twas fun.
Trying to find hold on. Hold on. Okay, look in the chat.
Oh, okay, I got a screenshot of it. Yeah,
You see that?
that is pretty cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like that is such a useful thing. He uses it like a few times, and it's fantastic when he does, because you're like, that's so cool.
And how is it activated?
That's a good question. I don't know that, but like, I just know that it was really cool.
Yeah.
I just know when he used it, I was like, finally, somebody did.
I didn't know that was a thing in other characters, but I'm down for it.
Well, it's just in my mind, it's like one of those things that you're like, oh, so they did trade the 27th pick. They updated it. Now it says Jacksonville.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I'm like, did they really trade it back into the first round? I was like, what did they give? Anyways, so by the way, they're jumping Dallas. Makes me think, do they need a corner? Because Joey Porter Jr. is available. Hold on, I gotta look. Also, by the way, what's his name? Defensive end from Clemson is dropping, and that's crazy to me because he was a first round talent. Miles Murphy, he's dropping. Okay, so I had Joey Porter going to Dallas. I had Jack Campbell going to the Bills.
Oh no.
So now I'm wondering who would they jump? Brian Brees is still available, defensive lineman. They do need a defensive lineman. They do need a defense tackle, so actually that would make sense. Because so do the Cowboys. It might be Brian Brees right here. That would be a solid pick too. What are you hearing about Will Levis? Well, we looked at the film and we just saw him panicking and throwing interceptions left and right, and we really thought like maybe not a good quarterback.
Haters.
What was
Tune
my
out the
comp?
haters.
What was my comp for Will Levis?
Carson Wentz, you said?
Well, I had said Carson Wentz, but what was my comp during our podcast? Because I'm pretty sure I said it was something. Did I send you a text with the? I'm gonna search our text for Will Levis.
Oh man, imagine how annoying it must be to sit
All right,
there and know that the
let's-
cameras are on you at all times.
Let's see. ESPN pushing the Will Levis throw makes me or oh, I texted you, dude. ESPN pushing the Will Levis throw. Meanwhile, I recognize it's the same throw that Zach Wilson made. Everyone go nuts over. Ain't falling for that shit again. That's what I sent you. Brian Brees or the corner, Joey Porter. Oh wow, they lost. They have Jackson.
Kincaid?
That's a weird. I mean, he's the best tight end in the draft. That's a weird draft pick because don't they have Dawson Knox?
The guy's looking for the right hat in the background. He's going through. Oh, that's so
That
good.
man's doing God's work right there.
He's
No
checking each
celebration.
one.
He's going to work. He's like, shit. This is my only job. This is my only job. I didn't think it was gonna be the Bills. Wait, actually, I wish I could go back in this thing because I want to see who he had in the front, who he thought was gonna be like.
Yeah.
Because he had to have the teams in the front that he thought like were gonna be the picks.
This man should have had every single team that was on the clock. He should have had the hat ready.
Dude, I'm so glad that I'm not watching this guy on the Lions or the Packers.
Let's see some film.
He's so good. He can catch. He's one of those guys that catches like anything thrown in his direction.
That's awesome. Grill the quarterback and say where he messed up.
Yeah, Dalton Kincaid's awesome. He's a good guy.
Gonna be a Bill.
Watch this. Literally everything you throw in his direction, he'll catch. Look at this. Yeah. Boom. He literally just catches anything thrown in his direction. It's nuts.
Cowboys.
So the Cowboys, funny enough, so they jump. So here's the really comedy. We might be screwed here in a second, Dylan. Because the Cowboys, I was really considering Mayer, the tight end from Notre Dame,
Okay.
Michael Mayer. I didn't end up picking him for the Cowboys. I did pick Joey Porter. So if Joey Porter goes here, we got 26 seconds of drinking, my friend.
I thought it's half. Or no, if
No,
you get it perfectly.
if I get it perfectly, Dylan.
Okay, I'll need to grab something then.
God, I hope it's Joey Porter. If it's Michael Mayer, I don't know if anybody's watching right now, but if it's Michael Mayer, I'm just gonna lie to Dylan and tell him that I had him picked next or before him. So we'll have to drink half. I did consider Michael Mayer with this pick, but I had him going earlier, so still. It's an interesting pick. I don't really know how I feel about it because like Dawson Knox is there. They lost Isaiah, or they lost the slot receiver. I forget what his name is, but he was really good. So they lost him. So I would have. They didn't have any slot receivers there because Zay Williams would have been awesome. Jordan Addison would have been awesome to plug in there at slot. Buffalo, I mean, I had them going Jack Campbell because he would have been the perfect fill in, but he not available, and they didn't obviously feel that the linebacker out of Arkansas, I forget what his name is. I'm looking for him real quick. What is his name? What is his name? What is his name? Drew Sanders. They didn't think Drew Sanders was a first round pick. That's totally fine. I think he's a second round pick anyways, so I'm good with that. Dallas doesn't have a lot of needs because Dallas just kind of Dallases themselves out of the playoffs every year, so it's not really anybody's one person's fault. Running back is a need, but they don't. The two top running backs are gone, so there's nobody you need to take. Dell, Nathaniel is a wide receiver. Who's the running back out of Tulsa? That's the guy I'm thinking of. He would be somebody I would draft there, but that's too late. Also, by the way, if the Bears drafted Keely Ringo in the second round, I'd feel really good about that. I like him a lot. I don't know who they go here. Luke Musgrave. Darnell Washington would be a wild pick at tight end right here. Well, who is Jerry Jones going? Like I said, I got them picking Joey Porter Jr. They're all high fiving each other. I'm sure they are because that's what every team does after they make a pick. Who do they think? Who are they picking? That's like enough that they would celebrate that. I think Joey Porter Jr. makes the most sense because they need corner help. Brian Brees could go here too because they do need interior defensive line. Linebacker Nolan Smith is still available, and like I'm still convinced that he could play linebacker in this league, not just defensive end.
Oh, they still haven't even announced that. Jesus.
Yeah, literally Jerry Jones was just shown celebrating. So I was talking through while you were gone. I was talking through my picks and who I think they could take. I was saying that I could see Joey Porter Jr. That's my pick. That's why I had them picking because they need corner and he's falling. I could also see them going Nolan Smith, defensive end / linebacker out of Georgia, because I feel like they could. I feel like you could turn him into a linebacker, especially if you have Leighton Vander Esch already as your middle linebacker.
Yeah.
So Brian Brees is another name here that I wouldn't be surprised by because they do need interior defensive line help as well. I think those are my three picks that make the most sense. Nolan Smith would be like a really interesting one because they would have to like be faithful. They'd have to have faith in the fact that he could be like a a linebacker for them. But I think I'm leaning towards. Oh, I don't know. Brian Brees does make sense to them too, and he's falling. There's some interesting guys that are looking like they're going to be available in the second round. And as a Bears fan, there's some names that would excite me. Like Brian Brees, if he falls into the second round, man, I might trade up for him. Especially because you got that extra fourth round pick that you could throw in a trade. That would be nice.
What are our picks at the second round?
Late. It's like 51, 54, and 64, I think.
Because they traded the Roquan pick, sad. Or not our pick,
Right,
not the Roquan pick.
Joey Porter, Brian Brees, or
who?
I guess he's like a defense. He's a nose tackle. Interesting.
Cowboys fans. Ugh.
That's an interesting pick. Over Brian Brees. Man, Brian Brees is really dropping. It's so surprising.
Poetry and science fiction books at age 13.
Brian Brees last year, 3 sacks, 17 hurries, 2 batted passes, 4 quarterback hits. Played a lot in the B gap, so he's a 3 tech. Okay. Yeah, Mozzie Smith is he's a true nose tackle. Interesting. Okay.
And now we finally get Jacksonville's pick.
Yeah. I had them taking John Michael Schmitz initially. Center from Minnesota. He would be a good pick if he fell to us in the second round, but I doubt it. He's going to go somewhere in the early second. Wow, Joey Porter Jr. is still available. That's the guy that I also wouldn't mind the Bears trading up for. Because him opposite of Jalen Johnson would be a great pick.
Yeah.
So 2 guys that I'm really hoping drop out of the first round for us is Brian Brees and Joey Porter. If either of those guys drop out of the first round and we're able to pick them up potentially in the second round, that'd be great if we could trade up. Dallas Cowboys with a incredibly boring pick. like a nose tackle is important, but like Miles Murphy is still available. That is crazy to me. Man, I wonder what's going on with him. I wonder if people just aren't confident or what.
I wonder why they felt the need to reach a little bit on that.
Well, it's because he is the best pure nose tackle, so that's what they want. Because that's the thing is like, it's a reach because the talent is not equivalent to other players available. But the thing is like if you're like, oh, we want a pure nose tackle, well, he's the best one available, so Because
Yeah.
after him, I think Keanu Benton. Who's a guy who I would be really excited getting for the Bears? Like I really hope that he's a pick for the Bears. Is Adetomiwa Iubare from Northwestern. If you just, I don't know, good luck spelling his name. If you look up Northwestern defensive player draft, you should look him up. I hope they sign him.
Northwestern defensive player.
Adetomiwa Iubare or whatever is his name.
Oh yeah.
He is a draft crush of mine. He's a guy that played really well inside. He played really well outside. He's super athletic. And he's a pretty good guy. And obviously went to Northwestern, so obviously he's got, his football IQ is up there.
Yeah.
So anyways, he's a guy that I really hope we draft in the second round. Because he's a guy that could slot anywhere on our defensive line. Put him at edge, put him at 3 tech, doesn't matter, he'll be good.
Yeah, anywhere that they can move people around the line would be fantastic. So I'm all for that.
Well, right now, I actually like our defensive line for the Bears this year is a lot better than it was last year. It's just we don't have like a big name. It's like our defensive line, if you plugged in like a big name defensive lineman, would be huge. But like our D line's really solid. Like we have Andrew Billings, who's he's a perfect nose tackle, great run defense, eats up blocks, perfect nose tackle. Then you throw in our 3 tech is where we're a little bit in question because we really don't have a pure 3 tech. Because you got the guy from Tennessee who he's played 3 tech, but he's more of a defensive end, and you feel more confident with him at defensive end. So then your defensive end edge rushers for the Bears this year: Travis Gibson, what's his name? The guy we took late in the 5th round. He ended up starting for us. What's his name? God, I can't think of it.
That was Gibson.
No, I can literally picture him. He was a wide receiver, and then he became a defensive end in college. God, what is his name? Hold on. I'm gonna
We're probably gonna have to look that
Google.
one up. Yeah.
Yeah, Bears defensive ends real quick.
Oh, this place showing the barbecue is just gonna kill me right now.
That is unhelpful. There we go. Okay, so we have DeMarcus Walker is the guy I was thinking of. Justin Jones. I forgot we still got Justin Jones.
God.
Andrew
barbecue.
Billings.
Yeah.
Andrew Brown, who's a solid rotation nose tackle. Rasheem Green, edge rusher. Travis Gibson. Dominique Robinson. That's the one I was thinking of. Terrell Lewis, pretty decent as well. So, like, honestly, like, as far as our rotation goes, like, our depth and rotation is a lot better. Like, we have a lot of guys that I'm like,
They added people from last year, you're saying?
on our
Was it-
defense line.
Yeah. I mean, like, aside from, like, Billings, I knew about him, but, like, the rest of the guys I thought were just
Yeah, so
on
we
the
have
team
Travis
last year.
Gibson. So we have Travis Gibson. We have Dominique Robinson. Those were our
Yeah,
starting
Gibson was
defensive
kind of
ends
shit
last year.
last year. Yeah.
And Justin Jones. Now our rotation is Travis Gibson, Rasheem Green, DeMarcus Walker, Dominique Robinson, and Tyrell Lewis at defensive end. And then our defensive tackles are Andrew Billing, Justin Jones, Andrew Brown, which is a lot better. Tackle out of Oklahoma. Wow, okay. He was good. He was a good tackle.
Anton Harrison.
I didn't have him going in the first round, although I really like wanted to. Like he was the last tackle I was like he could go.
Also at home.
Ugh. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not good, especially because they lost Jawan Taylor too.
Right.
He's gonna slide in at right tackle. That's his position.
To sign, they're becoming a real organization.
That's such a dig. Todd McShay with just a shot at Jackson for no reason. I don't think that his family knows that he's already been drafted. I don't think they know yet because the video that they're showing is like.
I think it's they always call them so like they know what's gonna happen, but then they
Or
like
they
are
knew.
like waiting to celebrate to see it on TV or something. Like I don't know what you do in that situation.
I mean, Justin Fields, he got the call, and then remember, my favorite going back to that draft because of course I've watched the video like countless times. My favorite was watching the video where they were like, "Is it maybe Mac Jones?" And then they show Justin Fields and nobody's in the room, and then him and his family come back in like hugging and like high fiving, and you're like, "Yeah, I bet you it's Jackson. I bet you it's Mac Jones." Like,
Yeah. Like yeah, I
it's
bet I
definitely not the guy that just left the entire living room with his entire family and then came back like smiling and hugging everybody. Definitely not that guy.
I'm looking that up right now actually.
Ooh, Bengals. I would absolutely love if they took Marcus or what's his name? Michael Mayer. That's the guy I would really love for them.
What's his deal?
Tight end, Notre Dame, really good.
Cole Kmet?
He's yeah, basically he's a Cole Kmet 2.0.
Yeah, I'm watching the video right now too where they're pointing at Mac Jones and they switch to Justin Fields and nobody's in the room.
That's what I'm saying. You watch that video and you're like, yeah, I'm sure it's Mac Jones. Like back
And
back
they'll come
at
back in like, okay, play cool, play cool.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cool. No big deal.
Dude, I remember when we were watching that, we were so like, I don't know, who could it be? And we really did think that it could be Mac Jones. And then now I look back on that video and I'm like, how did we even think it was Mac Jones after seeing that clip? But also, we were like,
That's so weird. They're like, go back in the room and pretend like nothing happened. Like, okay, cool.
yeah, definitely didn't get a call just now that you were going to the Bears.
And they all give the golf clap, like, yay, oh my god.
Dude, do you know how, like, we're talking about this draft being pretty chill, me and you? How happy are we that we're walking away from this draft with our starting right tackle, knowing full well that our quarterback is our guy? It's so nice.
I'd
It's
say
so
like
nice.
80%. 80% that feeling. Yes.
Yeah. As a Bears fan, it's just so much nicer. Ugh.
Bengals. What are the Bengals gonna do?
Miles Murphy. Okay. That was the guy I was saying that was falling. He's a good edge rusher. He is a good edge rusher. He's been working out in the offseason with who was it? Somebody, I laughed when I saw it because I was like, okay. He is very good. He's a good edge rusher. Like I said, I thought at one point he was a top 10 talent. And they're getting him at 28. Feels unfair. Who did I have New Orleans taking? Let's see. I had New Orleans taking Brian Brees, who's still available. So this could very well happen.
Architectural engineer. Get bored and draw some stadiums.
Yeah, I wish I was that talented, dude. You know, a dude is just overtly talented when he's like, "Yeah, I was great at school, and I'm also 6'4", 270 pounds, and athletic, and I play defensive end." And yeah, randomly, I also like to draw stadiums because I'm also a really good drawer. I'm like, you know what? Like, pick a lane, man. Pick a lane. Like, you can't be like athletic, smart, like, a
Pick your
good
thing.
guy, good drawer. Like, you can't pick all of it. You can't select all that apply when you get your talents. You pick
Yeah.
one and you live with that. Like, as a person who is built like an undersized offensive lineman, it's not fair. Like, me and my current body build, 3 inches, 4 inches taller, I'm in the NFL draft. But guess what? I'm 4 inches shorter, and here we are. I'm talking about it. Pick a
Okay.
lane, buddy.
Okay. All right.
Well, this is what happens when I'm 5'11", man.
5'11 and 3/4.
Yeah. Well, I don't count the 3/4. I'm 5'11". It's like, it's like people that round up and are like, I'm 6 foot tall. It's like, no, you're not. It's like, neither am I, man. Neither am I. Just live your truth. We're 5'11".
Oh, the Saints. I forgot about them being a team.
Yeah, they exist. They signed Derek Carr. Oh boy. Also, what hour is this man asking her to prom? Like, what is this, like 11 o'clock at night?
4 a.m.
That dad has every right to be mad. This random kid comes to my house to ask my daughter to prom, lights my lawn on fire at like 11 o'clock at night. I'm trying to
And
wind
starts the
down,
house
dude.
on fire too.
Got a 9-hour shift tomorrow. Do you think I want this? Okay, that was a weird commercial.
I don't
Fast
know
and
what was
Furious?
even
Oh,
advertised
Transformers.
there.
Also, by the way, this guy that's in the Transformers commercial, he's a actor that was in Hamilton.
Yeah.
And he's becoming really popular. He also like low key cheated on his girlfriend a bunch.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah. Good guy.
Sure you won't hear about it.
Yeah, he was at like, I think it was one of those where like he was like dating one of the other girls from Hamilton. And it was one of those where like he was like videotaped like at a strip club, like making out with like I forget what it was something stupid where he was like making out with like a bunch like girls at like a strip club and shit. And it's like, dude, like you are dating like somebody for like a while. Also, this black guy in this video right now, that commercial.
Yeah.
He's the guy. He's like a comedian, and he hosts the show that I used to watch, and I still watch every once in a while with your favorite science guy, Neil Tyson deGrasse. That was right.
Oh
That's
yeah.
he hosts like the show with him, and he's actually kind of funny.
Huh. And what's it
I
called?
watched. It's like Star Talk is what it's called. I watch that every once in a while. Neil deGrasse Tyson is very like he talks like he's the greatest thing in the world, which like he is probably one of the smartest human beings in the world. So it's like, I get it, but like, he's very pompous. But I do enjoy some of when he actually talks about science because he's actually, obviously he's smart. So
Yeah.
show Darnell Wright, show the Bears.
That's not gonna happen. You know that.
Yeah, they don't show tackles getting a hat. Dude, I'm actually like so happy with this draft. Like we ended up with a 4th round pick extra for no reason other than just like why not, and then we got a starting right tackle. It's a good draft. It's a good draft for us. We could be New Orleans. We could be New Orleans, who is in cap hell
It's just stuck.
and signed Derek Carr for a long-term extension.
I forgot Derek Carr went there, man.
Yeah. And then the Raiders were like, who could we replace Derek Carr with? Oh, yes, let's replace him with a clone of himself, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Come on, man. They don't deserve that. No, they kind of do, actually. I don't like the
They do.
Saints. Fuck the Saints.
Dylan.
Who?
Dylan. Hey, Dylan.
What?
Hey, Dylan.
Is
Guess
this
who
one
I
of the ones you had?
guess who I had going 29 to the Saints?
Oh, dude, I literally didn't open this one because I was like, I hope I don't have to.
29 seconds, Dylan. 29 seconds. This is what happens when we do this.
Pain.
Like it was like, what are the odds? What are the odds that it's gonna happen?
Wait, I thought there wasn't a 32nd pick this year.
No,
Oh, wait. Not in the
no,
first round.
they're just showing Pittsburgh. I literally had him going 29 to the Saints. That's nuts.
God damn it.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I can't believe we're gonna have to do this.
That's
I'm
terrible.
like, I'm laughing at myself, but it's like I put myself in my own hell.
So close.
Dylan, we're good in 30 and 31 though, because I picked 30. I had Jahmyr Gibbs going because I thought maybe the guy would be in the late first round. Lions had other plans.
Yeah.
And then I had Kansas City taking Quentin Johnson, so we're safe after this. This is our last punishment for the draft.
Yeah.
29 seconds, baby. 29 seconds for Brian.
So
Brisset.
sad. I'm so tired, and I was like, that's gonna be so nice. I go to sleep so easily.
Yeah.
Ruined it.
All right. Cheers.
Oh.
That was the longest 29 seconds of my life, or 29 during.
The carbonation was so biting.
Oh, that was difficult. That was difficult. It's not because like I can't chug. Like I can chug, but I've already had quite a few, and this is the end of the night.
Yeah, this is a patented mistake.
Oh, I'm so
I just
sorry.
won't buy any more beer after this, and that'll be the good part of it.
I really didn't think it was going to be that much.
Why'd you have to be correct at the end?
I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm right. I hate myself. Why? Why Saints? Why didn't you take the defense tackle I thought you were going to take? Also, shout out to this guy for being with this girl that's cancer. Good for him. Oh! She die? She alive? I missed that part of the story, and now I really am unsure whether.
I missed that part too.
Oh no. Yeah. Roughly 6 to 9 months ago, his sister died of brain cancer at 15 years old.
Oh my god.
You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna drink a couple extra seconds. Jesus.
What about his girlfriend? Did you figure out about that part yet?
That was his girlfriend. That's what we're. I thought it was his girlfriend. It's his sister.
I see.
I just assumed girlfriend because, like, you know, the way that, like, hugging her and everything and being around her, and they showed her at Clemson, so I thought, like, oh, it's his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're wearing what they're wearing, because her name was Ella. Damn. Well, good for him. I'm glad he got drafted. He deserved it. Shout out to the family and them, and that sucks. Well, I'm happy he got drafted in the first round then. I'm
Got
actually
that
like
guaranteed.
that 29 seconds was actually very well I feel okay about it now. Like after what I just heard, I'm like, all right, I feel fine. I'm okay with that. Shout out to Ella. Shout out to Brain,
Brian Reese.
yeah, Brain Reese. Not bring awareness to brain cancer, but just everybody acknowledge the fact that that sucks. So, talking to someone, they need defensive tackle, Keanu Benton. Oh no, they took Jalen. So they're not Brian Branch.
Howie Roseman, you son of a bitch.
All right, so my guess here is Brian Branch. I'm trying to think who else. Joey Porter is still available. He's still there. Wait, did I miss it, or did what's his face get drafted yet? From Georgia, Nolan Smith. He didn't get drafted, right?
No. I think that was one
Nolan
that still
Smith.
was stuck there for a little bit.
That is my pick right here, Nolan Smith. CJ Edwards, baby.
And then KC.
They do need a guard, so I could see them going Torrance from Florida. That would make sense. But I do like the Nolan Smith pick. That would be a hell of a pick. Brian Branch. Those are my three: Nolan Smith, Brian Branch, and Torrance from Florida. I have a small, like, soft spot in my heart for the Eagles because my dad was a huge fan of Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
So
Go Birds.
there's a lot of people that look exactly the same.
Yeah, what are they all doing? We're all just waiting.
Copy paste is what they did.
Philly fans.
That guy on the left is so from Philadelphia it hurts. Like, that guy gives me slight New York vibes, but like then you're like, he's from Philadelphia. I'm like, that makes sense. Also, by the way, did you watch the new Ted Lasso episode?
I did.
When he asked to sit in the Chicago section, I was like, yeah, boy.
Oh, that's
3-1-2.
2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago. What do you mean? Oh wait, yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
watched both. I watched both episodes last night.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I forgot which one was which.
Triangle part was the episode 6.
Triangle
Then
offense, baby.
yeah.
I was gonna say, who over to the right there? Oh, it's Dude
I don't know.
Perfect. Okay, I was to say, I was like, oh, wait a minute, I recognize those guys.
God.
They're from Philly, so. Hey, I'm all for it. I like Dude Perfect. They're always entertaining. It is kind of funny. I would like to know. I mean, I like this. I like playing it up. I mean, it's not every day that there's 2 brothers that are Pro Bowlers on like Super Bowl teams. So I'm totally okay with this. Oh boy, that's hilarious. They're also, side note, they're Dude Perfect. They're used to making shots and stuff like that. They're in Kansas City. I refuse to believe he didn't practice that throw to get Kansas City. Nolan Smith, yeah, I love that pick. I love that for them. That is a Eagles pick. Yeah, back-to-back Georgia picks too.
Thank you for
God.
Travis Edwards or whatever his name was. TJ Edwards, my bad.
Yeah, TJ Edwards. Don't disrespect our middle linebacker. Oh, he's wearing green socks. I love it. That is such a good pick. God, that is a really good pick. He's a perfect fit for the Eagles. I like, there's a part of me that like wants to say, like I said, the Texans won the draft because they got the like 2 of the best players in the draft. I want to say the Eagles, depending on how he turns out, what's his Jalen what's his name? Jeez, why can't I think of it?
Carter.
Jalen Carter. Whether Jalen Carter works out, that is a W on the draft because that is a hell of a 2 picks.
Yeah.
He is so good, Nolan Smith.
Hold on 1 second before KC picks.
That first step was nuts. That first step is lethal. His little stutter step that he does. It's a little stutter step that he moves. God, he is so good. I love this pick for the Eagles. He's one of my draft crushes because I thought he was so versatile. I thought he was defensive end, linebacker. Like you could slide him into both positions. Like he's one of my favorite guys that I had last year or a few years ago. Isaiah Simmons out of Clemson was one of my favorite draft crushes as well because Isaiah Simmons was just one of those guys that you could plug, linebacker. You could plug him at edge rusher. You could plug him at freaking safety, which actually that's what he plays now for the Cardinals. This is the same thing. Nolan Smith is so athletic. He's so unbelievably athletic that like you could put him at linebacker. I think he could play 4-3 linebacker. I think if he's 4-3 linebacker, he's more of your will backer. So I think Nakobe Dean that they have steps in a middle linebacker, and you got him at will. But I also like he can rush off the edge. So you like put him in blitzes, and it's just going to be a nightmare if they have to try to block Hassan Reddick and him. Oh, like it's just such a pick. It's such a good pick. Nolan Smith, Kalijah Clancy.
All right, I'm back for the Chiefs pick.
You're good. I was filling time here. I was talking about how much I love Nolan Smith and how he reminds me a lot of from a couple of years ago, Isaiah Simmons, who was one of my draft crushes out of Clemson, who played like defensive end, played linebacker, played safety.
But then Isaiah Simmons is where right now? The
too.
Titans?
What?
The Isaiah Simmons is the Titans, right?
Cardinals.
Cardinals, that's right.
He's a safety for the Cardinals, but he's a linebacker, he's a safety, he's a defensive end. He's like unbelievably athletic. Yeah, that's funny.
Got the trophies out there.
So Kansas City, I had them taking Johnson from TCU, wide receiver,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously there's not available. So I don't know. Yeah, what do they need? That's the question. Yeah, I like him. Jalen Hyatt, Keanu Benton would be a nice pick for them. At a time away, I hope that he's not. I hope that they don't pick him. I could actually see them taking Adebayo. Jalen Hyatt would be my guy. I don't know. I don't know what they need. Joey Porter's fallen, so he's still available.
Just a luxury pick. That's
Yeah,
what they're
like
gonna need.
literally, it's like I'm trying to think who their safeties. Brian Branch is still available. God,
Why was there only one NBA game on today?
because we're in the playoffs.
No, I know. I just
don't-
thought usually they do like 2 each night.
I don't know who they take. Like they have like literally, it's a luxury pick. Keon White would be a nice pick, defensive end from Georgia Tech. He'd be good. I could see them taking him. Keely Ringo at corner, I like. Like I just don't know. They don't need a defensive tackle, or they don't need a tackle, offense tackle. Oh man, I just don't know. Josh Downs. Oh, that would be disgusting if they get Josh Downs.
Who's he?
He's a wide receiver from North Carolina. He's like 5'8" or something like that, but he's just so unbelievably fast that like it's not fair. Like he shouldn't. Like if they get him, that would be disgusting. If they take him, I don't know who they take though. I like Keon White, edge rusher. He'd be a
Yeah.
good pick here. Josh Downs, Jalen Hyatt, Joey Porter, yeah, Brian Branch. I don't know. It's a luxury pick.
Will Levis.
Yeah, right. What if they just fuck around and take Will Levis as a backup? That'd be such a power move. Yeah. Brian Branch, Joey Porter Jr. boast that secondary. That makes sense.
I focused so hard on what I was doing at work today that like all the muscles that are like the ones in between that are like between your shoulders on each side are absolutely destroyed. So I'm constantly like shifting here trying to get comfortable.
That's funny.
Bad.
All right. So, like, I think the pick is going to be Brian Branch or Joey Porter. Although I could see them going Keon White, Keanu Benton, Jalen Hyatt, Nathaniel Dell, even a wide receiver would be cool. Josh Downs. They really want to just fuck around and just be the Chiefs. They could go Josh Downs or Nathaniel Dell. But I don't know. I just don't know. Like this is one of those picks where I'm just like they have everything, so I don't really know what you want. You win the Super Bowl and you still have everything. I don't know what you need.
Yeah.
It's a luxury pick. The good news is this is what Ryan Poles is trying to build towards. So at least we're that finally.
Oh God, that's a bold take.
Listen, our previous GM came from the Saints, who just are in cap hell and signed Derek Carr to a long-term extension. So, do I
Yeah.
want the guy from the Chiefs who are drafting a luxury pick that have no needs, or do I want the guy from the Saints that's, like, hey, we have a lot of needs and we're in cap hell and we have Derek Carr? Like, I don't know. I really think that they could shake it up and draft like Keon White would be a nice pick. That's a defensive end that I think would be a nice player.
Yeah, I'm curious where they think their biggest hole is at this point.
Like they went and fixed off like offensive tackle. I would have said like Dewan, what is it, Dewan Taylor or Dewan Jones? Dewan Jones, I think it is from Ohio State. He would be a nice pick here if they needed a tackle, but they don't. So like, you know, like I said, wide receiver. If they're really trying to like, just like, hey, fuck it, let's take a wide receiver. Josh Downs or Nathaniel Dell would be just dirty. It would be such a like. Those are two guys that you slot in at you put in at the slot position, and they're just like unbelievably fast and athletic, and the Chiefs would know how to use them, and it would be just exciting.
Yeah. Clark Hint.
You know what? You guys are just lucky you decided to trade up and draft Patrick Mahomes. I don't. Ugh. That was another guy. Okay, so that was another edge rusher that I was gonna mention him actually, but I decided that Keon White would be my mention.
Felix.
Yeah, he's good. He is good. I do like that pick. Yeah, dude, if I were him, I'd be celebrating like my life, you know. Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a solid pick.
Let's see the film. There we go.
He's good. He is good. I liked his film a lot. Again, they always mention undersized. He's not undersized. He's great. I hate that they mention like 6'3", he's undersized. It's like screw you. Like Von Miller's 6'2". Like I don't know why we were undersized.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack is 6'3". Like why are we like I love when they mention like 6'3". It's like Khalil Mack is 6'3". That dude has thrown other human beings with one arm. What like that was a good pick. I like that pick a lot. Him and Keon White, I was kind of in the same ballpark of that. I enjoyed both of their film to where I think they're both pretty comparable. So I'm okay with this. I like this pick.
Yeah.
That's a good end. Joey Porter Jr. fall to the second. That is a Bears trade up if I've ever seen one.
Look at them all happy.
Is that a Jay Cutler jersey?
It was
Can we
6 Bears, so I think they had to be.
I was gonna say that was a Bears 6. I'm pretty sure that was Jay Cutler making an appearance. Wow. That was solid. Ended a little later than I thought it was going to end, 11 o'clock, but still.
Holy shit. All right. That was good. I'm going straight to bed. I need to go to sleep, and I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then head to bed. That was pretty solid. Ultimately, at the end of the day, real quick before we end, I just want to say I did enjoy the Bears draft pick. I liked it a lot. I think that overall it was, I think it was solid. Darnell Wright, you plug him in at right tackle, he's our starting guy. I'm good with that.
And so
overall,
much to look forward to.
Yeah, I will point out though that like I said before, Joey Porter Jr. really solid corner is available, and I would not be surprised if the Bears would trade up for him because he would be unbelievable next to. And now in the second round, it's a lot easier to trade up for. So, but otherwise, yeah, that turned out pretty well.
Yep. Woohoo. To the future.